Senators at a lunch meeting on replacing Obamacare.
Frankly, I don't think we should leave town unless we have a health insurance plan.
But they keep coming up short on votes. Fox's Jared Halpern live on Capitol Hill.
After that White House lunch, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said there will be a vote next week to start debate on a health care bill.
I think we all agree it's better to both repeal and replace. But we could have a vote on either.
McConnell had announced a vote to move forward on a repeal-only measure. President Trump pushing senators on a repeal and replace plan. So far, neither pathway has secured the required 50 votes.
Anything that provides momentum is helpful, and I think he did.
Louisiana Republican Bill Cassidy says he was encouraged after the White House lunch. Lisa.
Jared, the White House calls it Russia fever, controversy over a previously undisclosed discussion between Presidents Trump and Putin at a G20 summit dinner. A White House spokesman says it wasn't a secret conversation and wasn't an hour long. Some closure for another family after another victim of serial killer John Wayne Gacy is identified. Fox's Jeff Manasso in Chicago.
The Cook County Sheriff's Office says 16-year-old James Hackinson, a runaway from Minnesota, was the 24th body removed from serial killer John Wayne Gacy's crawl space. He's been positively identified as one of the 33 young men that Gacy stabbed or strangled in the 1970s. After the department launched a new investigation in 2011 exhuming the skeletal remains of 8 unidentified victims, asking relatives of young men who disappeared between 1970 and 1978 to take DNA tests.
Hackinson's the second of the unidentified victims to be named. The Dow up 64 points at the bell. Fox News, fair and balanced.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing.
The kids are not listening to me.
I got this. Who wants ice cream?
Oh, so that's how you get them to listen.
With available power-fold third-row seats in the Ford Explorer, there's always more room for the whole family. And then some.
Impressive, huh?
No, not really.
Wait, who are the two in the third row?
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand, during the Ford Summer Sales Event. It's always a good time. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select Fusion, Escape, Mustang, and Explorer models. Plus get $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 31st. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. Trade-assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Not available on Mustang Shelby, GT350, GT350R. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for complete details. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by July 31st, 2017.
Senators getting a closed-door briefing on the fight against ISIS from 3 top officials, the U.S. Defense Chief, Joint Chiefs Chairman, and Secretary of State.
The purpose is to provide an update on progress in the campaign in the wake of the fall of Mosul in Iraq. The senators want to ask about plans for next steps, including the importance of integrating military operations with political and diplomatic efforts. The current budget adds about $52 billion to the defense budget while drastically cutting the State Department and USAID's budget. That has raised some eyebrows.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. The most immediate focus in the fight against ISIS is the effort by U.S.-backed forces to retake the de facto ISIS capital of Raqqa in Syria. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis said to be asking commanders to rethink battle plans so ISIS fighters aren't just driven from one location to another. More clashes between Palestinian protesters and Israeli police at the Temple Mount compound. Fox's Connor Powell.
Palestinian and worldwide Muslim leaders continue to protest Israel's decision to install metal detectors at the entrance of the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem's Old City. The move comes after 3 Palestinian gunmen launched an attack from the site last week. Muslim religious leaders say it's part of an Israeli attempt to expand control of the holy site.
Israeli officials deny that, saying metal detectors are used at holy sites around the world. Forbes out with its annual list of which entertainers are making the most money on TV.
Topping the list?
I feel like I'm picking low-hanging fruit here.
Dr. Phil McGraw earning $79 million, with fellow talk show host Ellen DeGeneres a close second with $77 million.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Comedian Jerry Seinfeld in third place with $69 million, and chef Gordon Ramsay at number 4 with $60 million.
Fox's Jacqueline Carl, Ryan Seacrest rounding out the top 5. Again, stocks finish higher, the Dow right around 21,640. Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
Morning.
Afternoon. Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS, or you can visit them online at chiefbauer.com. You're going to need those ACs humming because it's hot. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 73. We have a heat advisory in effect right now. Tomorrow, hot, high 95.
Okay, it's too hot for me.
That's breaking news.
I know.
A low of 74. Friday, my brother's getting married outside.
Okay. Oh, boy.
A high of 95. Chance of thunderstorms, a low of 77. Right now, heat advisory in effect, 92, but it feels like 104 in Champaign-Urbana.
Oh.
It's an interesting feeling because tonight was a pretty perfect example. You had a beautiful night, you had a nice crowd here at the park, and a very good 1-0 ball game against Clayton Kershaw. But at the same time, I'm guessing a large portion of White Sox Nation was refreshing Twitter to find out what the latest trade rumor was and feel some hope about the future. There's a lot of different things ranging from the way Ricky has them playing on the field on a nightly basis to transactions like this one that build something for the future to be pleased about right now. Now, we have a lot of work to do, both on the field and in player development and in continuing to try to acquire similar such players to keep this process moving. But in terms of what we've been able to do, since December or last draft or whenever you want to draw that line, we're pleased. We're pleased with how it's gone so far. But again, we know we have more work to do.
Well, that guy is becoming a regular on the Tay and J Show.
Trader Rick.
No doubt. Rick Hahn, GM of the Chicago White Sox. I saw a tweet last night from Jeremy that said, just get this game over so we can figure out what this trade is. The White Sox have made another trade, and we'll talk about it today. It is the Tay and J Show. I'm Lon Tay. He's Jeremy Warner. We are joined in studio by Mike Carpenter, our fellow Yankees fan.
Yeah, we played Let's Make a Deal.
We did.
Carp and I will weigh in on both of this. We're also going to talk with Brian Billick, FutureSox.com. It is an exciting time for Chicago White Sox
What's
fans.
wrong with me?
Why?
Because you've made a deal with Austin and the Cubs.
That's right.
You've made a deal now with Mike Carpenter and the Yankees.
That's right.
Are you just shunning me?
You guys don't have the guys I want.
Okay, we had Matt Adams.
You guys aren't willing to go that far. No, I'm not taking Matt Adams off your hands, and somebody else did, and it worked out pretty well for him.
I'm just starting to feel a little bit like I'm not being loved right now as the Cardinals.
Your GM needs to get a little...
Exactly. Give him Rick Hahn's number.
Hitching his giddy up?
Yeah, exactly. Do something.
He's being patient because he's got a big move to make.
Big time.
The White Sox make yet another huge move. They trade Todd Frazier, David Robertson, and Tommy Kahnle, who most people hadn't heard of before this year, but he was the key piece in this deal. They traded him to the Yankees for top 40 overall prospect Blake Rutherford, an outfielder in single A, first-round draft pick a couple years ago, former first-round pick and left-handed pitcher Ian Clarkin, right-handed pitcher Tyler Clippard. We took the Yankees junk there.
Yeah, you did.
And Tito Polo, a double-A outfielder who's having a pretty good season. But White Sox fans are really excited right now, Lon.
You've turned into the Cubs.
Well, yeah, because there is a plan.
Yes.
And this is the plan that most White Sox fans have wanted. Not all these prospects are going to work out. The number out there today, it's 10 of the top 68 on MLB.com, 8 of the top 100 on Baseball America, and MLB will have their new rankings up within the week, so we'll know more about those guys now. But Blake Rutherford, a consensus top 40 prospect. Now he's in single A. He's a long way away. There's a lot of room for error there.
Right.
And the White Sox just gave up 3 good players to the Yankees.
They really did.
So before we get Carps, again, like I said with the Cubs, if I'm a Yankees fan, I feel like I won this thing.
I agree.
I didn't give up my top prospects. I mean, Rutherford's a good one.
Yeah.
But you didn't give up Gleyber Torres. You didn't give up 3 top prospects here. You gave up 1 from a position of strength that you have in the outfield. I mean, you got Aaron Judge, Clint Frazier, Aaron Hicks has had a nice year. You got a lot of outfielders in there.
Sure.
And you were able to get 3 guys who make an impact. 1 Todd Frazier at first base. Robertson and Kahnle are 2 really good bullpen arms. Robertson controlled through 2018, so you got a year and a half of him.
Okay.
Kahnle through 2020.
Wow.
So that's where the value really was here. But the White Sox added yet another top prospect and more depth as well. But they are just accruing, and they are going forward with the plan. And I don't think Rick Hahn could have played this any better than he has. Sale got 2 top prospects. Quintana got one of the top prospects in baseball, and Dylan Cease, who has a high ceiling. Now you turn these 3 guys who by themselves wouldn't have gotten you much.
No.
But by bundling them together, you're able to get a guy you really, really wanted, quality over quantity. All these guys aren't going to work out, but I don't think Rick Hahn could have done this any better. And just like he pit the Cubs against the Brewers, he pit the Yankees against the Red Sox here and got a pretty good price.
You don't win GM or Executive of the Year for losing, which is exactly what the White Sox are going to be doing, even worse now. Like you became worse, which is exactly what you want right now. But man, Rick Hahn deserves a lot of credit for what he's gone, knowing that everybody out there, all 29 other, if there's 30, I can't remember, teams are sitting there saying, all right, Rick Hahn wants prospects. We know he wants it, and he went out and did it. Yeah. Not that, I mean, he had a lot of pieces to give. Sale is great. Quintana's great. These 3 today are very solid and will help the Yankees, and we'll get that idea from Carp here in a minute. But he has gone out and done it. And if I would have told you that a year ago, that you'd be sitting here right now on July 19th with everything you've gotten.
With Lucas Giolito, Ronaldo Lopez, Dane Dunning, then Yohan Moncada, Roy Jimenez, Michael Kopech.
My goodness.
Now Blake Rutherford, you add that to the mix. You've drafted well. You went and got Luis Robert.
Right.
Like all of that. You have gone out and committed to a plan. This is what we've wanted.
Yes.
We understand this is going to be a bad couple years. But that's kind of what we want, so we can get more of these guys. You can get more top 5 picks, more draft picks. You got more money freeing up so you can go get young players. This is an exciting time because you're building towards something you think can be sustainable as a contender, and there is so many high-ceiling prospects here. I mean, we're not talking just about, this is a good prospect that might be a major leaguer. These are potential stars and maybe superstars, and we're going to get a glimpse of maybe one of them tonight for the first time at the major league level. Yohan Moncada is up at the major league level, and we'll get to see a little bit of that.
Okay.
This is going to be a fun process. I know for the Cubs fans, it was long. The White Sox won't be as long because they've had these guys to trade, but this is hope.
Right.
This is hope that we can make the playoffs a couple years in a row. That hasn't happened.
No.
In my lifetime.
No.
They haven't done that.
Isn't that amazing?
So that's what we want. We want a sustainable winner, a contender that in the AL Central, which will be pretty wide open here in a couple of years, I think the White Sox obviously have the most talent. They're probably going to have the top farm system in baseball.
And the chances of all 10 hitting, that's rare.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is by, like the Cubs did, even though the Cubs, really, a lot of those guys have hit. Let's be honest. But what you're doing is you're compiling all these kids that if 8 of 10, if 80% of this class hits and these kids can come up, class, like this is recruiting, if 80% of these kids can come up and make an impact at the major league level, you've succeeded beyond your belief. Yeah. So that's the amazing thing, and that's what they're doing right now.
All right, so Mike Carpenter is in here with us. I want to get your Yankees side, but when you heard we saw Todd Frazier scratched, and that the Red Sox, we thought the Red Sox were involved here, Carp, and then it turns out the Yankees, and then you hear Robertson's attached, and then all of a sudden Caneley's attached. What was your emotions as you were seeing this evolve on Twitter?
Initially, there were some names I just didn't want to see attached to it from the Yankees' perspective. And Clint Frazier was one, but I didn't think that was going to be on the board.
Because he's on a major league roster.
He's on the roster. He's looking great. That infamous bat speed that everybody was talking about and seeing it on TV, it's pretty phenomenal. So they have depth at the outfield position. They have young players in the outfield. Aaron Hicks is still a young guy. I know he's been injured the last month, but he was playing at an all-star level. So you have that outfield figured out for the foreseeable future. This was a move that I think is beneficial to both teams. From the Yankees' perspective here, they lost again today. Now, Todd Frazier did make an impact in his first at-bat. He got hit by a pitch, and he took second on fielder's indifference.
Look at that.
So he's already making an impact.
Taking one for the team already.
Yeah. And they arrived, I think.
You got your Roger Dorn.
Yes, exactly. I think him and Robertson and Conley got there at 12:15.
Wow. Yeah.
Just right as the game was starting. Then they kind of chill in the clubhouse until their uniforms get there, and then they're in the dugout.
Yeah, here we go.
So just like that, here they are, and then they're going out west to Seattle. It's a tricky position because if these were all rentals, and it felt like the Yankees were going for broke in 2017, that's one thing. And it's funny because during the Yankees-Twins game on ESPN last night, they were talking about how, wow, this move, the Yankees all of a sudden, they're making themselves into a World Series contender. And I'm thinking, no.
Let's slow down. Slow the roll.
There's a lot of, hey, the Yankees are back. The evil empire's back.
And I've seen that. Even the New York papers, the back pages of them were very, whoa, what a move. And I'm thinking it's a great move.
Yes.
But this team has glaring flaws, notably a bullpen that's so good and yet will you even have leads to give to them?
Yeah.
Because you're starting rotation today. The young kid Jordan Montgomery, 6 earned runs.
That's
Not
your
gonna do
biggest
it.
need. What you guys have put together is on paper the most talented bullpen.
Yeah.
In the big leagues. I mean, you have Aroldis Chapman, one of the top closers. He's had some issues control lately, and is he tired from last year? I think that's a real thing. But Tonsis has lost everything. The control is ridiculous right now.
He has one at bat where he gets a guy out in 3 pitches. He has another where it takes 9 to get a walk.
Right.
It's just very arduous watching him right now.
But you know David Robertson well. I mean, that's where he made his money, or he made his contract that he got with the White Sox. He is one of the more consistent bullpen guys in the majors. He's probably not he's not an elite closer or anything like that.
He's a great 8th inning guy, though.
But yeah, I mean, he fits right in. I think he's going to be comfortable in that spot. He's pitched there before in big moments, so I think that's a great fit. And then Canely, he's the guy who has the most value here because he's there through 2020.
I said Conley too, like Kanye. Canely. No, but
that's huge for you.
Huge.
I love this from the White Sox perspective, Cart, because they didn't have to give cash.
Right.
They just took Tyler Clippard's contract. Maybe they can, have him pitch some innings this year, and maybe he turns into something because he's had a good career.
Yeah, very good career.
But we'll see what he can be of. But Canely, his value is never going to be higher than it is now, most likely. I mean, relievers are so volatile.
Without a doubt.
That, like last year,
Yep.
would have had way more value than he has this year. So
Without
you
a doubt.
trade him at the top of the market. He probably wasn't going to be your closer for the White Sox. So it was good, I think, that they put him out there now. But Todd Frazier is basically a throw-in in this deal for you guys,
and a good
I love that.
And a needed throw-in. I saw the stats yesterday. First base position for the Yankees is batting .202 on the year.
Wow.
With 6 home runs. Now, Chris
Sounds
Carter,
like the Cardinals last year.
Chris Carter from the Brewers, who they had signed, and I thought, that could work at Yankee Stadium. He's a righty, not a lefty, but I still thought that was going to fly out of the yard the way that he hits the ball. But unfortunately, he didn't make contact a lot of strikeouts, so he's out of the picture. Chase Headley now, fortunately, will be moved into a platoon role where he's only hitting. Gosh, I think it's the lefties he hits well against, but not against righties. So Todd Frazier is someone who in the last 3 weeks or so, from what I understand, has been batting a lot better.
Yeah.
And going to those advanced analytics, it seems like he's had a bit of bad luck this year.
Okay.
That his line drive ratio, I read, is just like it was last year, but they're just being caught more.
He's a positive player in the middle of that lineup at a position for you guys that has been terrible.
And it also keeps the Red Sox would have benefited greatly from Todd Frazier or those bullpen guys as well, which is a position where they could use some fortification. That's the first time I've used fortification.
That's nice. That's solid.
Wow. I don't think I agree with you, Carp. I don't think the Yankees all of a sudden became the team to beat in the AL East. I think they helped themselves. I think they addressed a few needs. I think they might be 2 wins better the rest of the year. But in this wild card race, that could end up being the difference. And like you said, it kept the Red Sox from getting Frazier and Robertson, who it sounds like they were really interested
Right
in.
now, it's a muddled mess with that wild card race. You have Tampa Bay that's up a game on the Yankees, and the Yankees are only a half game up now on the Twins. So that is something that even as bad as the Yankees have played, I think they'll be in the thick of that wild card race, because as much as they have regressed to the mean, I have to think they'll progress just slightly, just play 500 ball.
Yeah.
This is something, to not have won a series in a month is, and the first time this has happened since 1991.
That's crazy.
It's a bad stretch.
You were hoping Rutherford would not be part of the deal.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, what do you think of the price he gave up?
I think it's fair. And he could turn out to be a star. I mean, there's a reason he was the number 1 pick for the Yankees last year, and they valued him a lot.
Yeah, and the White Sox were rumored to be picking between Zach Collins at 11 and Rutherford. And Rutherford was going to be difficult to sign. The Yankees, it wasn't a problem for them. But the White Sox were considering both of them. So when I heard the Yankees and White Sox were talking, I figured Rutherford would be a big part of that.
And I wonder, too, as far as the mental aspect of this, obviously today was a dud, and they rested a few guys, including Aaron Judge. And not that you want to have a throwaway game to a team you're in a wild card contest with, but that's kind of how they managed it today, it seemed. Now everyone's on board, and it seems like the clubhouse is happy to have them. And I have to wonder if that doesn't inject a little bit of, hey, guys, we are in a playoff race here.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. This is a young team that I know they're having fun. Even though they're losing, they're keeping their heads up. Well, eventually you need a kick in the ass.
Yeah.
And a reminder that you got to start winning games. And Todd Frazier,
Felt
by
like
all
that
accounts,
for the Cubs with Quintana, right?
No doubt.
Yeah, and Todd Frazier, by all accounts, he's just that kind of wily veteran that a team like this could use.
Listen, Lon, we will never know. We don't know right now who wins these trades.
No, we don't.
But I love these trades that we've talked about from the White Sox. All of them. I mean, whether it was Chris Sale to the Red Sox, I said the Red Sox probably win that trade.
Yes.
Because they got Chris Sale. The Cubs probably won the Quintana trade because they got Jose Quintana.
Good call.
And the Yankees probably won this trade because they got 3 major league players who help them now. But those players weren't getting the White Sox because of their lack of depth. They weren't getting the White Sox to the playoffs. So at some point, those wins they added don't matter. They're not as valuable to the White Sox as they are to these other teams. So you got to find a way to turn that into future wins.
Yes.
And that's what they're hoping to do with all this.
I feel like Rick Hahn has been fair through this as well. The other way. I feel like he's been fair. In other words, yes, he went in, especially with Quintana, I think. Now with Sale, I think that just hit. That hit, and it made news, and boom, it was out there.
I don't think you had to, sell yourself that, hey, Chris Sale deserves to get these type of prospects.
But with Quintana especially, I thought he was fair in this. He gave up a guy that is under control for so many years. Now you give up another 2, actually, with Robertson and Canely that are under control for a couple of years. So what I mean by that, yes, Rick Hahn is loving what they're getting, and so are you as a White Sox fan and White Sox fans in general. But I feel like he's been fair in this and saying, okay, look, I'm going to give you a guy that's under control for the next couple of years, which is perfect for the Cubs with Quintana because they're in a win now mode. It's perfect for the Yankees because especially next year they'll be they're already in a win now mode, but next year was kind of the projected year that they would be even better. So I feel like Rick Hahn has been fair and hasn't sat there and said, nope. I'm not dealing unless you just absolutely do this, and I'm not going to give you guys that are under control.
And then he got guys like Yonder Alonso for the A's, and now they're sitting there thinking, well,
should we have done it?
Who's going to take him? So I think, no one's gotten fleeced. In any of these
not
deals.
at all. Not at all.
From that perspective, it has been fair. And from the Yankees' perspective, the big thing is these are not all rentals. Todd Frazier is, I believe.
Yes,
I think so. Yes,
but that's fine. I mean, when I look at a guy like Canely and Robertson as well at the back end of that bullpen, okay, great. Now maybe we can go find a starter. I know that they're still attempting to. It would probably purely be a rental at this point for this season, and the free agent market isn't that great either.
No.
So it's good news for the Yankees, still glaring holes, but for the White Sox, at least even if they're losing, you know what the plan is, and seeing what the Cubs did, having executed that plan.
Yes, across town.
I don't think a White Sox fan will fall into that same sort of malaise that a Cubs fan could in 2013, 2014, where you're thinking, when will this ever happen? It takes time, but at least there's kind of a barometer for when that's going to happen.
Does Rick Hahn get to go just drink a beer now and relax? I mean, did you have anybody else to trade?
Well, they have a couple guys.
Okay.
Anthony Swarzak, who probably is their closer now. It's either him or Clippard. He's a rental, so they'll probably try and deal him. I don't think Melky Cabrera will get you anything.
Right.
Jose Abreu, I think they'd like to keep around, just be a part of that franchise. Somebody the fans can get to, but more importantly, I think they like him there for Yoel Moncada and Luis Robert. I think they really want the Cuban connection there. That kind of helps them. Eloy Jimenez as well. I think Jose Abreu can be a nice guy for that. And I just don't think first base, the market's that big.
No.
There's not a lot of teams that need power right now. So there's probably more value in just keeping Jose Abreu on your roster.
We're going to visit more on this trade at 4:05. We'll talk more on the trade, obviously, as we go along. But Brian Billick is going to join us.
You look at the White Sox top 20 prospects. I think all but 3 have been acquired either through the draft or through trades or through signings the last year and a half.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
They were an awful farm system.
Yes, they were not good at the major league level, and you were awful in your farm system. And now you're even worse at the major league level, which is okay because you know exactly what you're doing. But now you have the number 1 farm system in the game.
For the next year, I just get to look at that prospect list. Right. The next couple of years, you just look at that prospect list.
You're more interested in the minor leagues than you are the majors.
There's a word for it that I probably can't say on here, but you just look at that prospect list and you just go,
yeah, baby.
I like the look of that.
Let's see how this works
out.
The
possibilities of that thing.
Well, Blake Rutherford, we'll get to know more from him. Brian Billick, FutureSox.com, will join us at 4:05. That guy's been busy and will be now going forward as you start to scan minor league stats right now for the Chicago White Sox.
Michael Wacha.
Wow.
Right when we're throwing him in the bullpen.
No doubt.
Throws his first career shutout. We'll talk about that. And for those Cubs, just 2.5 back of the Brewers. We'll chat all about that. Carp, thanks for joining us in studio.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. Good
stuff.
If you want to weigh in, 359-2255. That's 217-359-2255. You can call us on the Jupiter's the Crossing phone line or text the Chief Bauer text line at 359-2255. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Tay and J Show. I tweet at J Warner Scout.
At Lonte, ESPN. See you.
Download the WSJK app. You can watch us live on YouTube. Just search Tay and J Show. Okay, you fired the arrow.
Bam,
Get the
I missed
podcast
on that
at
one.
ESPNCU.com or find us on iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS Insurance. Our interns today, Austin Berkland on updates. We have Harry Black, Nathan DeHaan, and Trevor Valise, and David Morrow.
David is here
in
as
the
well.
corner over there.
We have a solid group of interns again. It is the Tay and J Show.
Hey, Cardinal fans, there's still plenty of time to make your trip to St. Louis and Busch Stadium to see the Cardinals play. Why not make it the weekend of July 28th, 29th, and 30th when the Cardinals take on the Diamondbacks? That weekend is loaded with great promotions. It begins on Friday night with the replica 1967 World Series Championship Trophy. You'll take home a version of the trophy that stands at 6.5 inches tall, and it's an item you don't want to miss. Saturday, it's the adult replica 1919 jersey presented by Fabic Cat. Add this throwback jersey to your collection. Then stay in your seat after the game for a fireworks night, also presented by Fabic Cat. Sunday, July 30th, it's a Kids Pocket t-shirt presented by the Pasta House. This t-shirt is gray with a red pocket, and it also features Fred Bird. That Sunday is also Christian Day at the ballpark. It's the weekend of July 28th, 29th, and 30th. The Cards and the Diamondbacks. Great giveaways. Tickets available at cardinals.com/promotions. There's only one Cardinals baseball.
Ladies, if you're still struggling with an exercise program, can't find motivation to take that first step, or don't know where to start, let me and my staff at Curves help you out. I'm Sharon Hamilton, the owner at Curves in Champaign. We want to be there to guide you in your fitness journey and empower you to change your own life. We work with women of all shapes and sizes, various ages, and with different athletic abilities. We will put together a meal plan, show you how to use the machines on the circuit, and help you to stay committed to you. Not only will working out help you lose weight, but it can reduce stress, depression, and certain diseases. It can also increase energy and help you sleep better. There's no better time than now to get started. Come see what we're about. Curves is located in Champaign's Shops of Knollwood behind Biaggi's. You can also call us at 217-352-9922. That's 217-352-9922.
Champaign County Head Start, a program of the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission, has openings for qualified teachers, teachers' aides, preschool teachers, substitute teachers, and bus drivers. Head Start provides a variety of opportunities for those wanting to get started in the childcare preschool field at locations in Champaign, Urbana, Savoy, and Rantoul, along with competitive benefits, health insurance, tuition reimbursement, and a great work environment. For more information, visit our website at ccrpc.org.
You know you need to do it, and you know you should do it at least twice a year. You owe it to yourself. I'm talking about a checkup at West Main Dental in Urbana. When was the last time you visited the dentist? If you can't remember, or you're in need of a new dentistry team, West Main Dental is where you should go. Our team at West Main Dental is waiting to see you. Come in and be catered by a professional staff that includes Dr. Janet Bardell, a University of Illinois and Southern Illinois University graduate. West Main Dental offers the highest level of dental care in a warm and comforting environment. From a simple quick checkup to providing you with an at-home teeth whitening kit or orthodontic services, trust the professionals at West Main Dental. Visit West Main Dental in downtown Urbana on Main Street, online at westmaindental.com, or call 607-1292. Trust me, you won't be able to stop smiling with a set of healthy, sparkling white teeth thanks to the work of West Main Dental. West Main Dental, online at westmaindental.com, or call 607-1292 to schedule an appointment today.
Home is where the art is. It's where every day begins and ends. It's a place for big occasions and small. Home is where stories unfold and where they are told. We may leave, but we always come home again. First Financial Bank can help you achieve the home of your dreams. Talk with one of our friendly loan officers and we'll help you find the loan that's right for you. Consider it our way of saying welcome home. From First Financial Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkland with a 3:30 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. Find how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Chicago news aplenty today for the update. We'll start out with the trade for the Yankees and White Sox cooked up last night. White Sox have acquired Blake Rutherford, Ian Clarkin, Tito Polo, and Tyler Clippard from the New York Yankees in exchange for Todd Frazier, Tommy Kahnle, and David Robertson. Blake Rutherford is the 30th ranked prospect in baseball. The new era of the White Sox can officially begin tonight when Yoan Moncada makes his White Sox debut against the Dodgers at Guaranteed Rate Field. Moncada has a .823 OPS, 12 homers, 49 walks, and a .477 slugging percentage in AAA. He will bat 6th in Renteria's lineup. The Cubs won last night 5-1 against the Braves. Baez and Contreras both went deep. Lackey threw 5 innings of one homer ball. The two teams locked up again around noon today, and the score of that one was 8-2. Montgomery, La Stella, and Javi all went deep with the Cubs. Baez is 10 for his last 15. The Cubs got a perfect 6 for 6 to start off since the All-Star break. Chris Bryant did injure his pinky finger in the first inning while sliding headfirst into third base, but the initial report from the Cubs is a sprained pinky finger, and they will monitor him the next few days, but for now, he is day to day. To the gridiron, the Bears have officially signed second overall pick of the draft, QB Mitchell Trubisky. The new Bears quarterback will receive slotted deal somewhere between $28 million over 4 years, fully guaranteed. The Bears start training camp on July 26th. Don't worry, St. Louis, you guys had a game too. The Cardinals defeated the Mets 5-0.
Oh, thank you.
Walking through the first shutout of the career. And Packers wide receiver and former lineman Geronimo Allison suspended for their first game of the regular season for violating substance abuse. And that, my friends, is the update.
Thank you, Austin. Hey, Budweiser presents Reckless Whiskey. That's at Bunny's Tavern Saturday, July 22nd. That's coming up. Come out to Bunny's in downtown Urbana for a parking lot party with Reckless Whiskey. Again, it's this Saturday, July 22nd, 8 o'clock. Arrive early to secure a good spot. Bunny's Tavern. If you have not been to one of their parking lot parties, it is a fun time. It's going to be maybe a little warm.
Yeah.
But listen, it's great music. You're sitting outside. You're having a drink. You can go inside as well.
You and Carp will be there tomorrow.
We will be. That's right.
You guys will be doing the show from Bunny's Tavern. I will take off. I have off Thursday and Friday.
Well, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, my brother's getting married up north, so I'll be gone Thursday for the rehearsal dinner. Then we got the wedding. I got the wedding on Friday. I got the speech all written out.
I was going to ask.
I got it written out.
Everything's good to go.
I think I'm good to go.
Okay. Have you rehearsed it a few times?
I did a little bit today.
Okay.
I think I will again tomorrow, and then I'll rehearse it for my wife, see what she thinks of it. Yeah. But I have a good idea of my head. I at least have the outline in my head, so I'll have my phone with me.
Are you going to?
I won't have it written down. I'll actually have my phone with me, so I can just scroll through it if I need to.
I was going to ask, because
I saw that at a recent wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just have your phone with you. You don't waste any paper that way.
That's a great point. Because you know what I normally do? Like if I give a speech somewhere, I always get like a little cue or a note card.
Yeah.
And I just write like bullet points, like this. You know, so you go through that and you understand. I'm happy for Brad. Good for Brad. He's ready to move on to that part of his life, and that's awesome. And maybe one day you'll get a nephew or a niece.
That's right.
That's the goal here.
6'5".
You're right. Hey, Torin, your cousin is going to be really tall, and there's not much I can do about it.
Yeah.
And I apologize.
Gave you the best I got, kid. I'm sorry.
Maybe you got some Brad in you.
I'm limited here. But I'll also be gone Monday because it's Big Ten Media Days up in Chicago. So you and Carp will hold down the fort for the next 3 days.
We got it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and Friday, of course, starts a Cubs-Cardinals series up at Wrigley Field. So it's a 1:20 start. The show Friday won't be very long, so Friday's not going to be exactly a rough day, but I always love, I know you do as well, and it's probably unfortunate that you're going to miss it. I know if I'm ever gone and we're doing a show at Bunny's, I kind of get upset.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why of all times? I love going to Bunny's.
Can you guys text me what the quesadilla tastes like? Or what the beer chili tastes like?
We will let you know what that's about.
I had clam chowder last time when I got that.
It's listen, I know people think, oh, okay, they're talking about Bunny's, they're a sponsor, they have to do that. You and I, if they weren't, we would go there and eat. That place is awesome, and it's a great environment. Get out to Bunny's Tavern and try their food. It is one of the best, and I always endorse the beer chili. Huge. I know on 100 degrees that probably doesn't sound good. But,
I should tell them to charge more for their food.
No, don't. I mean, let's don't do that.
It feels like I'm ripping them off. Though,
I know. I know. You get your bill, and it's like, did you get that on there?
A $1 for a quesadilla.
Right. You did get the rest of that on there, right? I did.
I can eat dinner for $2.
Right. Bunny's Tavern, baby. You gotta love it. All right, you know what I love? How about Michael Wacha pitching like 2013 Michael Wacha?
So are we back on the Michael Wacha needs to start the rest of the year train?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite, but I do love the fact that he's starting to pitch better. And he and Adam Wainwright have kind of been really solid stalwarts right now in that rotation.
I mean, when they're pitching like that, you guys got a chance.
You do.
You got a chance at the
There's no doubt.
Card, right? But Michael Wacha, in his last 4 starts, has allowed just 18 hits, 3 earned runs, and that's in 26 2/3 innings. His strikeout to walk ratio 31-5.
That is interesting.
His control is amazing, and he's getting so many swing and misses right now.
And what's amazing is it's not just through the first time around the order, which Michael Wacha has always been. I'm sure if you checked stats and did your analytical stuff that I have no idea how to even check, if you looked at his first 3 innings when he's the first time through the order, I know there's hiccups here and there, but for the most part, Wacha is solid. It's that second time through the order that players start to get him and start hitting him essentially. But when I watch a guy like Michael Wacha, you look at him and you think Adam Wainwright, obviously, because they're built the same. Wacha throws kind of over the top. I heard Wainwright even say the other day that Michael Wacha throws even taller than he is. I mean, he's already tall, but the way he delivers the ball appears even taller. And then he mixes in that changeup so well. The problem is if you only have 2 pitches, eventually that's going to wear you down. Somebody's going to figure you out if you only have a fastball and a changeup, because for the most part, they're going to go up looking fastball in 3 pitches and they're going to get one. And then they're going to be sitting on it. But right now he's starting to mix in everything else and it's working, and he's throwing for strikes. And I think that's key for Wacha. If he keeps the ball low and gets ahead of hitters, I mean, this is obvious for any pitcher, but for Michael Wacha especially, then that changeup becomes deadly. Deadly. Yeah. So that's huge for the Cardinals to get that kind of output.
Velocity's sitting around 95 right now.
That's awesome. He throws the ball hard.
You know, that's big, because last year he was hovering around 92 to 93.
Crazy.
So this year that
shoulder's feeling better.
Yeah, that velocity obviously is up a lot right now.
And maybe that's as simple as that. Sometimes we just think guys aren't very good anymore, and sometimes we learn that maybe it was more of a injury that was causing it. And I don't know if that's the case with Wacha, but we'll see. That was his first complete game shutout in his career.
Not very many complete game shutouts going around baseball anymore.
Not at all. I thought of that last night when they said that. I was like, it's not like everybody just throws those out every once in a while.
We used to have complete games as a stat.
Isn't that crazy?
In our fantasy baseball league.
Now you don't even
when we had Roto. Yeah, there's no point. There'd be like none per week.
Isn't that funny?
Everyone would tie every week.
That is funny with that, because I've never thought about that. Now they had to finally just kick that out as a stat.
Yeah.
Good stuff for Michael Wacha. And how about the Cubbies, man? They are on a roll.
I mean, this is the team we thought.
Yep.
This is Wilson Contreras right now is just absolutely raking. But they've quickly have made up a lot of ground on the Milwaukee Brewers, a young team that hasn't been in this spot before. And you wonder if they're going to check scoreboards already, which you can't do in July at this time of year. But they felt really good after that makeup rain. They felt the Cubs were pretty sketchy when they postponed that game the first time around. They come in there, kick the Cubs' butt, and they're like, hey, look how much we're up at the All-Star break. Well, the Cubs are getting their swagger back a little bit. But there was a scary moment in today's game.
Yeah, Chris Bryant,
they beat the Braves 8-2. Chris Bryant slid headfirst.
Oh, quit doing that,
into third base, and he hurt it looked like his pinky and his ring finger.
Okay, kind of bent them back.
Yeah, and it was really scary, because you've seen some of these players, especially Carlos Correa, got hit with the pitch and the thumb, and he was actually just swinging to get hit by a pitch, but he hurt his thumb. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. You're worried about Chris Bryant. Is he going to be out that long? Sounds like it's just a jam finger.
Okay.
X-rays were negative. Doesn't sound like the ligaments are torn. Of course, you'll have to follow up to see what it is, but it doesn't sound serious at this point. But I don't want Chris Bryant sliding head first.
No, right? I appreciate the hustle. I appreciate win at all costs kinds of things. Chase
Charlie
Crouch
Hustle.
needs to learn this. Yeah, exactly. I think Pete Rose was the one just hurting people, a la Ray Fosse.
Chris Bryant, you are too important to the team to slide head first.
That's exactly right.
And I would say most guys are.
Yes.
Unless it's in the playoffs or you're in a very, 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 very tight race.
Without a doubt.
You don't even know if you're going to score if you're going into third anyway.
It's so unnatural to slide head first. I was not a superstar baseball or softball player by any means. I mean, not even close. I'm one of the worst players probably that ever played the game. But when you slid feet first, it's something you've done since Farm League. And it's just so natural. I don't know why anybody ever decided that me sliding head first is that great of a deal. Now, the one thing I will say is that you can control your arms a lot easier.
Yes.
You can control your legs. So if you're trying to...
And usually you don't hop up, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, if you're sliding, which you're kind of sitting on your butt or sitting on your leg, you're more likely to kind of hop up.
You can just jump. You can just to slide step up and go.
No, but I mean, you could come off the bag and get tagged.
Oh, no, good
right?
call.
So if
Good
you're
call.
sliding head first, you're more likely to stay on the bag.
You see a lot of head first slides if a guy hits one in the gap in left center and he tries to stretch a single into a double. He's looking right at the throw. He knows where the throw's going, and instead of sliding with his feet right at the bag, he may slide a little bit outside and reach that arm back, and that's the control you get. I just don't like it. I mean, number one,
Gleyber Torres is missing a season.
That's exactly right. Number one, you can jam fingers, you can get cleated, and if you get a cleat stepped on you, you can be out a while because of that as well. There's just, I mean, you've got shoes on. You don't have anything on your hands. You might have a batting glove, but that doesn't really protect you that much. You have shoes on. So why not slide head first?
Well, and
feet first.
Your foot's a little stronger.
Yes, it is.
Your finger.
Yes,
right?
it is.
I actually looked this up.
Okay.
Because I wanted to know if there's a benefit of head first slides to feet first slides. I found a 2008 story from Wired magazine.
Somebody did a story on this.
Yes, this is 2008. Head first slides are better than feet first slides, says Washington University physicist and baseball fan David Peters.
David Peters is a well-known author. I've read his stuff.
Is this WashU, I'm guessing?
I don't know.
Sounds like
down
Cardinals fan.
You said Washington. I was just thinking out east.
Well,
so maybe
it's Washington University.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
According to Peters, it's simple physics. As a runner slides head first, the body's center of gravity, and therefore its momentum, is thrust forward.
Okay.
Slide feet first, and the body's center of gravity falls backwards.
You're slowing yourself down.
Away from the base. Yes, this is Alan Nathan. It's, quote, it's basic fundamental angular momentum,
right.
And Newton's law is applied to a body in motion being flung through the air. Peter said. Fellow physicist Alan Nathan agreed, noting that it's easier for a runner's churning legs to generate force with head and arms leading, not trailing. Peter's well-timed release, coming days before the start of the Major League Playoffs, is the latest salvo in a debate that's nearly as old as the game of baseball.
I love it.
Like the comparative merits of Pedro Martinez and Sandy Koufax in their primes, the arms of Vlad Guerrero and Roberto Clemente won't be answered anytime soon. Many baseball insiders, especially coaches, worried the injury risk of head-first slides, say the difference is negligible. Of 3 published studies to test the physicist's hypothesis, none found a significant head-first advantage and 1 a disadvantage. Quote, we found no statistical significant difference in speed between head first and feet first sliding at all levels of play in this study, according to a University of Texas research in 2002. But others, including all-time stolen base champion Ricky Henderson, sides with Peters and Nathan. Head first just feels faster.
And Ricky loved that.
He was great at it.
He was awesome at it.
As for the studies, they were small and their methodology uncertain, discouraged by coaches and parents fearful of broken hands and fingers.
Yep.
Baseball players often don't learn the proper head-first technique, land too soon, and momentum will literally be lost in the dirt. One study did find that head-first sliders reached base 0.02 seconds faster.
There you go.
Back of the napkin calculation show that a runner traveling at 15 miles per hour would get an extra 5 inches from that 0.02 seconds. That could mean a lot.
Right.
That could mean a lot. But I think for
that's like that far, isn't it?
Regular season baseball, for a guy like Chris Bryant,
amen.
Don't slide.
It all comes down to that. It all comes down to that. I mean, it's funny as you were saying that, I was thinking back like Ricky Henderson. Now that I think about that, it seemed like every slide he made was head first.
Yes.
And then I think
Willie
of a guy
Mays
like
Hayes.
Yeah. Then I think of a guy like Lou Brock. If you watch his record stolen base, at the time a record, he almost like slides through the bag with his feet. He slid so hard into the bag. The other thing that I like about a head first slide is if the ball beats you to the bag, you have a better chance of knocking it out. And I've seen that happen a couple of times this year, even at a youth level, than you do hand first. Because otherwise, you're just Alex Rodriguez running down the first baseline trying to slap it out.
The one thing about hand first, you might be able to control your body.
You can kind of see where you're going.
Bit more, but the injury risk is too much.
I love baseball. I love the fact that this is why you can talk to me till you're blue in the face. I know the NFL is more popular. I know the NBA has the stars. Major League Baseball is still our national pastime and always will be. It's been here.
Game.
It's been here forever. It gives you every angle to sit here and visit about and talk about, and I love that game.
If you want to weigh in, 359-2255, that's 217-359-2255. If you want to weigh in, Brian Billick, FutureSox.com, will join us at 4:05. We'll talk to him about the trade for Blake Rutherford last night, packaging the 3 players for the Yankees' top prospect plus 3 more players. But Yoan Moncada is in the starting lineup playing second base tonight for the White Sox. We'll ask Brian about him. He's batting 6th in the lineup.
So at our chamber meeting today, I said I think I heard Chris Bryant was out for 3 years. So there's no truth to that, right? There's zero truth to that. It sounds like it's just a jammed finger. If you want to weigh in, 359-2255. It's the Tay and J Show.
At Honda, we always look for ways to innovate. That's why we combined summer and celebration to create the Honda Summerbration sales event. You can combine 0.9% APR with the stylish Accord, a car and driver's 10 best a record 31 times. So hurry into your local Honda dealer for the Honda Summerbration sales event. It's amaze-tacular.
Car and driver January 2017. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
Honda's introducing a new word, Summerbration. Use it as a noun, like, I picked up a 2017 Civic with 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event. Or a verb, I'm Summerbrating with KBB.com's Best Buy overall winner. Start your Summerbration today at your Honda dealer.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
For more information, visit KellyBlueBookskBB.com. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. Offer excludes all hatchback models and Civic SIC dealer for financing details.
Baxter's Grill in Champaign serves up classic American cuisine made with the freshest ingredients. And now, all summer long, you can enjoy Baxter's delicious food and ice-cold drinks outside in their spacious outdoor bar and patio. In addition to their signature appetizers and entrees, Baxter's has happy hour specials 6 days a week, including half-price bottles of wine on Tuesdays and $2 Coronas and $4 margaritas on Thursdays, along with live music on Thursdays and Saturdays. Baxter's American Grill, 100 Trade Center Drive in Champaign.
Pekin Insurance and your local independent agent are committed to providing the best coverage options and the best service possible. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at PekinInsurance.com and on social media. Check them out on Facebook at Facebook.com/Pekin Insurance. It's a great way to learn more about insurance for your auto, home, life, or business. You'll stay up to date with important announcements. Plus, they'll throw in a few fun facts along the way. For beyond the expected information, follow Pekin Insurance on Facebook today.
Hey, this is Brad with Kramer Siding and Window Company. And did you know for over 60 years now, we've been providing worry-free home improvements at a great value. Maybe you've thought about getting that roof replaced? We can do a complete roof tear-off for as little as $140 a month. Or maybe replace some of that siding with our premium insulated vinyl siding for as little as $165 a month. If you've thought about either a roof or siding, call us right now at Kramer Siding and Window Company.
With 60 years of experience, you can trust Kramer Siding will be here for you today and tomorrow. Right now, save 30% on preservation windows, siding, and doors, 10% on roofing and sunrooms. Plus, save 15% on gutter helmet and never clean your gutters again. Give us a call today at 355-2727. Visit our showroom or on the web at KramerSiding.com.
Kramer Siding and Window. You got a friend in the business.
Diane Ducey here to tell you about Mobile Meter. When I'm playing taxi to my kiddos, I no longer have to worry about parking tickets and loose change. I downloaded the Mobile Meter app to ease my parking frustrations. You should download the Mobile Meter app today. It's available on iTunes, on your phone app store, or at mobilemeter.us.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know the quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
I'm Chris Drummond, owner of Drummond Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Since 2006, we've provided the best professional carpet cleaning in the Champaign-Urbana area. At Drummond Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning, we use the Rotovac carpet restoration system to assure the best carpet and upholstery cleaning service. For just $99, we offer carpet cleaning for 3 rooms or 4 rooms at $29.95 per room. Google Drummond Carpet Cleaning and see what our customers have been saying, or call for a free estimate at 217-722-3663. Drummond Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. If we didn't clean it, it isn't clean.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com. TikiBarandPatio.com.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Daly's, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hey, buying a home can be exhausting, but exciting and satisfying all at the same time. It's like a Snickers, although it's not that tiring to eat a Snickers. In celebration of American Housing Month, which was last month, Busey Home Mortgage shares helpful and practical tips to simplify the home buying experience. Just ask the experts at Busey if you're wanting to do this and you're in the frame of mind of, I don't know if I can afford it, I don't know if I want to do this. Busey can sit you down and walk you through the process and be honest with you to let you know if buying a home is the right thing for you. You want to make sure you know what you want in your home. List all your items, check them off as you inspect a home and compare one home to another. Also, how long will you stay? Do you plan on living there a long time? Do you just plan on living there a short time? Maybe renting is better. Busey is the way to go. They can take care of you with this. Visit them, one of their many branches, or you can visit them online. It is Busey.com.
It is Tay and J Show. On Tay, Jeremy Warner. Off a little early today for Cardinals at Mets. Yes! Brian Billick, FutureSox.com, joins us at 4:05. We'll break down the White Sox trade. Blake Rutherford, their newest top prospect. Okay. And we'll talk a little bit about Yoan Moncada, who's been called up. I have a breakdown of him a little bit, but another big trade went down last night as the Arizona Diamondbacks get J.D. Martinez a rental. But they didn't give up one of their top 4 prospects, and the Diamondbacks don't have a great system.
Okay.
Didn't give up one of their top prospects, and were able to land the best rental out there on the hitting market. So he goes to the desert where the ball flies. Whoa. And J.D. Martinez, one of the better power hitters. That's a really intriguing team in Arizona.
It really is.
We put him with A.J. Pollock, Yasmani Tomas, and, of course, Paul Goldschmidt, the MVP candidate.
And to localize this, if you're the Cardinals and you have your eye on a guy like J.D. Martinez, who you pointed out maybe a month ago would be somebody that would fit that lineup next year going forward, or even this year.
Because he's a free agent after this year.
He's a free agent after this year. So if that's a guy you can plug into the middle of that lineup starting next year, now the key is you just hope he doesn't go to Arizona and just love it.
Yeah.
And just all of a sudden say, all right, I'm re-signing here and I'm going to sign a long-term deal. That always scares me when a guy does that, even if it's a rental. And a lot of times those rentals end up still being free agents. But sometimes you worry that they're going to get there and really like it, and then all of a sudden you're stuck. Because I do think J.D. Martinez is one of those guys that is very, very gettable as a free agent for the St. Louis Cardinals next year. And not only gettable, but he makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking 5 years, 120 or 10.
Is that what it's going to take?
I think so.
Yeah, I would assume.
I mean, kind of Yoenis Cespedes money, right?
But he's still hitting 30 homers, and he's everything you need in the middle of that order.
Yeah.
He's everything you need.
He's been hurt. He was hurt for a couple months, I think, or a month at least this year, and he's got 16 homers.
Okay. Wow.
This is a guy who's one of the best power hitters in the game.
I had him in fantasy a few years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Here's a little bit about Yoan Moncada. If you don't know a lot about him, the number one overall prospect in baseball, makes his White Sox debut, played a little bit for the Red Sox last year and did not have a good call-up, but that happens.
Sure.
Right now he's a little bit more seasoned. The Red Sox took him from AA right to the majors, and he struck out a bunch. He's hitting .282 at AAA and 309 at-bats this year, .377 on base percentage, .447 slugging, 12 home runs, 36 RBI, 102 strikeouts, and 309 at-bats.
Okay.
He's a high strikeout guy. That's a concern when it comes to him. But here's MLB's breakdown of him. A switch hitter with tremendous bat speed, Moncada made some nice adjustments during his second pro season, adding more loft to his swing and more patience. He has been more effective from the left side of the plate as a pro and showed significantly more pop batting lefty in 2016. He's a switch hitter. With his gifts, he's capable of batting 280, 400, 500 his slash line in the majors, which is why he's been called a faster version of Robinson Cano. Moncada is a well above average runner who stole 94 bases at an 86% success rate in his first 2 pro seasons, though he still can be a bit reckless on the bases at times. While he could fit almost anywhere on the diamond with his quickness and arm strength, he's more of an an average defender than a standout with a glove. Because he was blocked by Dustin Pedroia at second base, the Red Sox began playing him at third base last August, but he's playing second for the White Sox. Yeah, I forgot to mention in his stats, 12 homers, 17 steals.
Wow.
There's a guy with speed.
He can do it all.
Yeah, he's got all the physical tools.
Yes.
The bat speed, now he's got the patience, he's got the power, he's got the speed, and he's a plus hitter. I mean, he's a really, really good hitter. There's a reason he's the top prospect in baseball and why the White Sox were willing to give up a guy like Chris Sale and make him, Yoan Moncada, the main piece in that deal.
When you started reading that, minus the switch hitting, it kind of reminded me of Javi Baez. Like you were reading a little bit of a thing from Javi in terms of a lot of strikeouts, has power. I feel like Javi
was more all power.
Yeah, but he was all power, right? He was like all or nothing, essentially, strikeout or that. So, and I don't think for a second that it hasn't crossed my mind that the best player in the farm system is the second baseman. I think that is awesome.
That's right.
I'm so excited and jacked. This guy might be my favorite player now in Major League Baseball.
I got to pick who's my Scherzi. Like, which prospect is going to be my guy?
Oh, man. You've got a hard thing to do.
I mean,
here.
do I go Eloy with a big bat?
No, because
Yoan Moncada, maybe a 4.5 tool guy.
You go Moncada. That's what
Kopech with that flowing hair. Is he the next Thor?
Who among these guys was actually drafted by the Sox?
Zach Collins.
Okay.
Was drafted in the first round last year.
That's right.
Jake Berger was drafted by them. Carson Fulmer. Zach Birdie was. Okay. Of course, he's out for the season now with a Tommy John surgery.
Carson Fulmer, of course, Illinois fans
remember Adams is in their top 20. Okay. Alec Hansen is in their top 15.
So they've done a good job of that
They're drafting better now, and here's the thing with the White Sox. They're going to have 2 more top 5 picks.
Right.
Most likely.
Right.
They're going to be terrible.
Right.
I mean, there's not much left on that roster.
No.
But they've gotten really young, really, really quick. And one thing that this trade reminded me of is they packaged these players to get a Blake Rutherford. Reminded me of Theo with the Cubs when he packaged Jason Hamill and Jeff Samardzija to get Addison Russell. Some people thought trading both guys, maybe you can get more prospects. He wanted the top prospect he could get in Addison Russell. Rick Hahn did the same thing with Blake Rutherford, though he's not nearly as high rated as Addison Russell was.
This is fun. This is going to be fun to watch. And tonight, for the White Sox, this is the start of it.
Yeah, and some of these guys are going to miss, right?
Yeah.
Austin and I were going around. Next hour, after we talk with Brian, let's look back at some past top 100 lists and see how often they hit.
Wow.
It's a really interesting exercise.
Surprise you. Brian Billick, FutureSox.com, will ask him about all these prospects, 10 of the top 68, according to MLB.com for the Sox. We'll do it next. It's the Tay and J Show.
Summerbration. Summerbration. It's a funny word that combines summer and celebration into one. And it's a key component of the Honda Summerbration sales event. But it's not limited to nor exclusive to it. For example, feel free to say, I'm summerbrating my friend's birthday with a picnic in the park. Or, sweet jacuzzi, let's all suit up and summerbrate together. So, while we meet certain well-qualified buyers can say, I got 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event on a 2017 Honda Accord from KBB.com's best value brand. Please, feel free to use Summerbration as you see fit. Liberally. All summer long. There's a Summerbration happening at your Honda dealer. So hurry in today.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
Based on 2017 Brand Image Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for information. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas. Plus, with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Dailies, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Protecting your home and family, you better have a plan. Keep them safe from harm with a home alarm from F.E. Moran. Home invasions are on the rise all across the land, but they'll think twice when they see the sign for F.E. Moran. Don't wait till it's too late. It's time to make a stand. Call 877-F.E. Moran. F.E. Moran. Alarm.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Votes against starting debate is really telling America that you're fine with Obamacare.
But it's not clear yet if the ramped-up pressure to replace it will round up the needed votes. Fox's Jared Halpern is live on Capitol Hill.
Republican senators emerged from a lunch at the White House with a possible new playbook on moving forward on a health care bill.
I think we have two options here.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says a vote next week could open debate on either a repeal and replace measure or simply a repeal only, a delayed repeal of the Affordable Care Act.
So the takeaway from what I'm telling you is no harm is done by getting on the bill. Wide open for amendment.
President Trump wants Republicans to return to a repeal and replace bill. Two different proposals have already fallen short of the 50 votes needed to begin debate. Lisa.
Jared, the White House slamming reports that President Trump had an undisclosed meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin during a dinner at the G20 summit last month.
To try to create that there was some sort of private conversation in a room with 40-plus people seems a little bit ridiculous.
White House spokeswoman Sarah Huckabee Sanders calls it Russia fever, also denying reports the conversation lasted as long as an hour while relying only on an interpreter supplied by the Kremlin. A split decision from the U.S. Supreme Court on the president's travel ban, rejecting the administration's request for more clarity on visitors from 6 mostly Muslim countries, but also saying the government can enforce part of the ban that deals with refugees. Hawaii's been fighting to expand which family members can be included to help get visa applicants in. A hearing on the merits of the case won't happen until October. Record day on Wall Street, the Dow up 66 to 21,640. Also closing highs for the S&P and the NASDAQ. Fair and balanced.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing. Is your truck going to be able to handle all these pavers for the patio?
No problem. The F-150 has got a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body.
Oh. With best-in-class payload, the F-150 can handle the work you need it to.
Remember when I had a high-strength military-grade body?
I don't, actually. It's always a good time. Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand, during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry and get our hottest offers during the Ford Summer Sales Event, like 0% financing for 60 months on select Ford F-150s. Plus, get an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 31st. Best-selling based on 2016 sales when properly equipped. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds. GVWR based on Ford segmentation. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 60 months at $1,667 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. Trade assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Not available on Raptor. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for complete details. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by July 31st, 2017.
Thousands evacuated near Yosemite National Park in California as crews continue to battle one of multiple wildfires in the state. That one doubled in size since yesterday to more than 45,000 acres. The President's Commission on Election Integrity meeting for the first time today.
This commission is tasked with the sacred duty of upholding the integrity of the ballot box and the principle of one citizen, one vote.
President Trump formed the commission by executive order after claiming irregularities may have cost him the popular vote in November. But some states have filed lawsuits challenging the commission's requests for information. Vice President Mike Pence chairs the panel and says they're fact finders with no preconceived notions. O.J. Simpson has a parole hearing tomorrow after serving the 9-year minimum of his sentence for an armed robbery conviction.
Simpson will make his case to 4 Nevada parole board members and is expected to express regret
threat for the 2008 incident in which he and several other men strong-armed 2 memorabilia dealers at a Las Vegas hotel room to get back some of Simpson's mementos.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in Lovelock, Nevada, where the now 70-year-old Simpson has reportedly been a model prisoner. If paroled, his release would be expected in the fall. More than a year after a little girl's letter went viral, the heroine from Star Wars Force Awakens is finally included in the Star Wars Monopoly set sold online in the U.S.
You will remove these restraints and leave this cell with the door open.
An 8-year-old had complained the new Monopoly game pieces only included the male characters, and though female character Rey was eventually added, Hasbro later said there wasn't enough interest to sell that version in the U.S. Well, hearing that revived social media interest, and now the version with Rey is on the Hasbro website. In New York, I'm Lisa Brady on Fox News Radio.
Honeycrisp apples.
Yeah, I haven't eaten an apple in a while.
But the Honeycrisp version?
Are they good?
Expensive.
Oh.
I bought 5 apples. Cost me $8.
Wow, that is expensive for apples.
It's good, though.
Is it worth it?
Yes. It's the best of all apples.
Because I still love my grandma apple or whatever it's called.
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith. My grandma apple.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer, service experts to keep you cool all summer long. You're going to need that AC tuned up. Call them at 866-EXPERTS or find them online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 73. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 95, low of 74. Friday, chance of thunderstorms, high 94, a low of 77. Heat advisory in effect right now. Get indoors. It's 94, but it feels like 111 in Champaign-Urbana.
It is the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lon, Tay, Jeremy Werner. Talked all about baseball last hour. Oh, by the way, Mitch Trubisky signed a deal with the Bears.
The Bears.
So we'll get to that.
He's the only thing that's intriguing about this Bears.
Are you excited to watch him at least? I don't even know if he'll play.
I don't think we will until probably November, December.
Totally, yeah. After Glennon is either quits because he's getting beat up. All right, if you want to weigh in, 359-2255. Text line's the best way to do that right now. Talked a lot about the White Sox, the big trade last night with the New York Yankees. Had to wait for the game to get over before we really understood everything that was going on. And once you found that out and realized that, they're getting another couple of prospects, including Blake Rutherford. It was a no-brainer. Brian Billick, FutureSox.com, needed to make another appearance on the Tay and J Show, and he was kind enough to do it. Brian, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Believe me. Here we go again, right? Another prospect brought in by Rick Hahn. What do you think of this trade with the Yankees?
Well, I'm a big fan of Blake Rutherford, and I was on the show with you guys last year just before the draft, and that was the guy that I wanted the White Sox to pick up. And this was a guy that they scouted heavily last year and, was definitely in consideration for their first-round pick. Ultimately, he ended up with the Yankees. But, it's just a testament to Rick Hahn there that the White Sox were able to add another top 50 prospect in all of baseball with the assets that they had left. People were thinking once they traded Quintana, it would be a bunch of smaller moves, but he kind of took some guys, banded them all together, and was able to bring in another premier prospect to the White Sox farm system.
Yeah, what do you make of his decision to bundle all these guys and, part with a guy? I'm glad they traded Tommy Kahnle at probably the peak of his value, but that could have been a future piece, at least for the next couple of years. What do you make of how he bundled to get that top prospect?
Well, it's a really creative trade. I didn't expect them to trade Kahnle just because it was hard to see that they'd get the value back for a guy who's got 2.5 years of control, a guy that's striking out 15 guys per 9 innings. But being able to put all those guys together and get back a huge prospect was really something I don't think a lot of people were considering. I think they thought you'd get something nice for Robertson, you'd get a flyer for Frazier, and then maybe some team would meet Kahnle's deal or Kahnle's value. But just putting them together is really just showing that Rick Hahn will go any sort of way, and he's not ruling anything out when it comes to negotiating with his assets there.
And he didn't have to give any money. He takes Tyler Clippard, his contract. I thought the White Sox were going to have to eat some money. What do you make of them not having to do that?
Well, I think, that them not having to take on money was, it's going to make the prospects in return a little weaker. So maybe if they took money, they would have gotten better prospects. But I think the way that the White Sox are looking at it is when they sign Luis Robert. I mean, that was a near $40 million cash outlay for just this year, and that's with the bonus being split between this year and next. So, I mean, the Sox had to make up that money elsewhere, and seeing as David Robertson was, the second highest paid player on the team other than Melky Cabrera, they had to get rid of him. They had to move him, and, pairing him with Frazier, who, the market didn't really respond to. The Sox were able to get rid of a lot of money in one swoop there, and I don't think there's any other teams that would have been able to take on all the money other than the Yankees. So, it's a testament to both Cashman and Rick Hahn for being able to get that together.
When you're really cool, you have an underscore in your Twitter. When you're really, really cool, you do it at the end, and that's what Brian does, @BrianBillick _ Who is Blake Rutherford? Tell me about this kid. I know you said you liked him coming out last year, coming into the draft. I think the White Sox had some interest in him, obviously. Who is he? What can you expect as a White Sox fan?
Well, Blake Rutherford he was a high school outfielder at Charminade Prep, just outside of the LA area. He was looked at as the top player in the draft class, about a year ahead. That was the 2016 draft class. And, being one of the top prep players in the country, a lot of teams were afraid to pitch to him last year. So his whole season, he was basically taking walks and, kind of started swinging at some bad pitches. So when he was looked at as a top 3, top 5 pick, he kind of trickled out of that range. But, the sad thing, at least for him, was he really wanted to be a New York Yankee. He grew up in the there's quotes of him when he was 14, 15 years old saying he's going to play for the Yankees one day. And the Yankees reached out to his agent, and they offered him, over $3 million in a figure that was over the Yankees slot with the 18th overall pick. And he agreed to a deal with the Yankees on draft day above their slot value. But, now that he's a White Sox, and I'm sure he's a little bit disappointed, this is a guy that's got a potential to be a middle-of-the-order bat, beautiful left-handed swing, polished field for a high school draftee. Hasn't had the most success this year playing for the Yankees down in Charleston in low A ball. But, I don't think anybody's soured on him yet. He's got to show some more power. He's got to show some more on-base skills. But this is another guy that the White Sox could line up with, Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert to, make up hopefully the outfielder of their future.
Well, the number one prospect gets called up today. I want to ask you about Yoan Moncada, but also Ian Clarkin is a left-handed pitcher, former first-round pick. And they also had Tito Polo, who's having a nice year. He's an outfielder who's having a nice year in Double-A. What do you make of those two guys? What can they become?
Well, Clarkin's a guy that the industry has soured on a little bit just because he hasn't been able to stay healthy. If you look,
Brian Billick.
He's got an ERA under 3 on the year. Doesn't walk too many guys, gets some strikeouts. The big thing with him is he's got a great curveball. Past that, the White Sox got to keep this guy healthy and hopefully add another guy to their starting pitching corps. As far as Polo, he's not a very notable prospect. He was in the World Baseball Classic. He played for Colombia, and he was one of the best players on the team for them. But he's had some batted ball. A-ball. So he looks to join the White Sox in perhaps high A or Double A, where they're very crowded in the outfield. But he'll get his opportunity to show his worth as well.
It's Yoan Moncada Day on the South Side. They not only give the White Sox fans some excitement last night with that trade, but now you bring up the top prospect in baseball. This isn't his debut in the majors. He played a little bit for the Red Sox last year, getting called up from Double-A to the majors, and he struggled a lot. But what have you seen in his years since the Red Sox called him up with the White Sox organization? Why do you think he's ready now, and what kind of impact do you think he can make right away?
Well, I think he could definitely have an impact because he's such a dynamic player, just the combination of the power and speed that he has. But, speaking specifically to your question, I think, he's better with the off-speed pitches. He's better at waiting back. Last year he came up with the Red Sox, and it seemed like on an off-speed pitch he was swinging out of his shoes and giving a big whiff on it. But he's a lot more polished now. This is a guy that, walks over 13% of the time. He just turned 22 years old. Barely has any plate appearances above Double-A and has performed as one of the best, offensive producers in Triple-A. The reports have been very positive. He's still not all. He's made strides from where he was last year at this point. But, the big thing with Moncada is he's not a finished product. He's the type of guy who is so talented that on any given day he could be the best player on the field, and the next day he can go out and he'll go, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and an error. It's not going to be a linear path. The White Sox thought he had proved everything he needed to in Charlotte, and frankly, if he didn't have the injury to his hand, I think his numbers would look a lot better, and a lot less people would be questioning whether they should be calling him up today.
Yeah, I mean, you got to kind of see growth here. He's going to have some ups and downs, but it's going to be fun to watch with all these guys that get called up.
No doubt.
He's Brian Billick, FutureSox.com. Is there anybody else on the Major League roster that they could trade and anything they could get back for any of these guys, or is this basically
pretty much done?
Done, Brian.
Yeah, well, it's funny because at 11 and he goes through the trade return and he talked about them calling up Moncada. And then I forget what the question was, but the first answer after the two big news was, "We're still open for business."
Nice.
And it seems as if they're still talking to people. Anthony Swarzak is a near loss. Melky Cabrera doesn't really have many suitors, which is consistent of an offensive contributor he's been. But I think it probably in August he'll go on waivers. But other than that, the big one is Avisail Garcia, and I think the White Sox, he's got a lot of fans in the front office, a lot of people in the front office that envisioned his career going a lot more like 2017 than it did the years prior. But, if the White Sox are going to be rebuilding in 2018 and 2019, and Avisail Garcia's contract only runs through 2019, I think they got to consider moving him. And, it's just a matter of whether the market's going to respond to what the White Sox value him as.
As we look back, Brian, and you see Chris Sale gone, and they add 2 of the top 20 prospects in baseball. Jose Quintana gone, you get one of the top 5 prospects in baseball. David Robertson and Tommy Kahnle, who actually has value, which we wouldn't have thought a year ago. And Todd Frazier gone, you get back another top 30 prospect. You sign Luis Robert. How do you look back at this with the last year of what Rick Hahn has done and how he's gone about doing it?
Well, I've always been a fan of rebuilding, and Rick Hahn has wanted to rebuild at a few different points, and he really wasn't able to. I don't know, that's been reported to some extent, but from what I understand, he wanted to rebuild a long time ago. And the thing with the White Sox is, and there was a lot of people chirping that the White Sox had all these good players. This is still a failure because they weren't able to convert on it. And sure, when you have Chris Sale in his prime and Jose Quintana and Adam Eaton and Jose Abreu all behind him, you should be able to, at least go to the playoffs once, or at least, make some noise every year. And they weren't able to do that. But the matter, what it comes down to is they saw they didn't have the depth to make up for, or to support these guys, to support that core. And, any way of bringing in that depth would really compromise the future, whether they were going to sign a free agent who had compensation attached, whether they were going to trade prospects. The way the Sox put it is, it's feeding Peter or I don't even know the saying.
Feeding Peter to Rob Paul.
Serve 2 masters. Yes, Peter and Paul, right. But basically you can't serve, 2 masters at once. You can't be looking to contend and looking for the future at the same time. And I think that, the way for the White Sox to have the best contention or the best window of contention was be selling these assets and to, just accumulate as much depth as possible.
Absolutely. Always good to brush up on that Old Testament. Well, Brian knows that.
John Gross gave me that line. He always said that.
Hey, Brian, my last one, and I say this in jest a little bit, but is there a position for the future that Rick Hahn has not addressed? I mean, is there still a position there that the White Sox will say in 2 years, we got to get a catcher?
They're going to have some high picks and a lot of money to spend on it, whatever it is, Brian.
Exactly.
Well, it's funny because after the offseason, all the talk was, the Sox need position players. They need position players. We got all these pitchers. We need position players. And what did the Sox do? I mean, they picked up 3 outfielders who are all in the top 50 in baseball in the top prospects.
Wow.
And then, they got Moncada at second. Obviously, Tim Anderson's had a rough year, but they got him locked up at short. They drafted a third baseman. They drafted a first baseman in the second round. They got Collins behind the plate. So I think, there's certainly positions that will need to be addressed. But from the White Sox point of view, you can go into the draft next year, likely a top 5 pick, if not a top 2 or 3 pick, and you could just take the absolute best player available, and you don't really have to think about it, because every team's going to say they take the best player available, but it doesn't always work out that way. I think the White Sox are in a position where they can do that. And furthermore, after the 2018 season, when the White Sox, make their first push to contend, when that big free agency class comes in, the White Sox could just let the market play out, and whatever player happens to slip through, they could convert on it. So there's a lot of flexibility for the White Sox here. And, I know MLB Pipeline's drumming up, is this the most elite class of prospects ever? And it surely might be. So it'll be, fun times on the South Side. And to answer the question, I don't know if there is a single position they have to address, but, just keep adding to that massive prospect.
Sure.
Brian, how do you expect them to approach free agency the next couple of years? I know everyone's looking forward. They're like, oh, Machado after the 2018 season. I don't know if they'll be able to get that, but how do you expect them to approach next offseason where they'll have money to spend, but they don't need to spend it because those players probably aren't going to be in their window? And then you got 2018, which has that massive class.
Well, it's funny. In 2020, the White Sox have $4 million on the books. The Oakland A's have 0. So the White Sox are 29th in commitments. So they have a lot of flexibility. This next offseason will be, interesting because, could the White Sox sign somebody that's, on a longer contract for the future? Sure. But I think more likely we're going to be seeing a lot of, 1-year deals like we saw with, Derek Holland and Anthony Swarzak, guys that they could potentially flip in the off season so they can make that, or in the trade deadline rather, and they could make one more push to add before 2019. But 2018, it really seems like it's shaping up to be the off season where the White Sox make their leap. Maybe signing 2 or 3 guys to moderate contracts, $40, $50, $60 million contracts. But a lot of Sox fans are talking about Manny Machado. Even some are talking about Bryce Harper. I mean, Bryce Harper might get a $500 million. Manny Machado is going to be a 26-year-old free agent. He's going to get a 10-year contract, north of $25 million a year. I still don't see the White Sox, diving in on one of those types of deals. It seems as if Jerry Reinsdorf and the White Sox are, looking to spend money to, make that last push to being a contender.
Brian Billick, FutureSox.com. Follow him on Twitter @BrianBillick_. Brian, it's been a fun little run here.
Doubt.
We'll see what happens coming up, but going to have some big drafts coming ahead with some high picks. We'll get to watch this rebuild, and FutureSox.com definitely going to be a place to read that stuff. Brian, we appreciate your time, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Anytime.
Appreciate it. If you're a Sox fan, or if you're just in general a baseball fan that loves the prospect idea coming up and watching this, and now that you've seen it in baseball work, you've seen it work with the Cubs, and I'm sure in the past,
Astros,
and now the Astros, and I'm sure in the past this has been a couple of things, but you've seen it work, and this will be fun to watch and see if it works for the White Sox.
Seen it not work too. Philadelphia,
yeah, good call.
Right now is terrible.
Good call.
Right, but they didn't have the pieces the White Sox had.
To
right,
get rid
they
of.
were more like the Cubs, where they had to strip down.
Then draft. They almost waited a little too long with Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins,
Cole Hamels,
but yet they were winning too. So It was one of those whereas the White Sox,
you knew when it was coming, like
exactly
Detroit.
Yes.
They're in hell right now.
Right. They're where the Phillies were.
Oh, they're in a terrible spot with bad contracts, old players, and no farm system.
Does this mean Megan Montemurro will be covering the Tigers next year?
Probably. She gets a better job and she goes to Detroit where it's terrible.
That is just a shoe-in with Megan Montemurro, who all she does is cover bad teams.
So Austin was looking up some previous classes, top 100 prospects in baseball, and it's interesting the hit rate.
I bet.
On some of these prospects because, back in the day it felt like a lot of those were bad.
Yes.
Nowadays it's interesting to see which classes, how many of those top 20, 25 prospects actually hit. And I think it's a fun exercise for White Sox fans to go through because, how many of these guys actually hit? It's a fun exercise to kind of go back.
And it's fun if you're the Cubs because yours hit.
So far.
Yours are hitting for the most part.
They're all in the majors.
Yeah, right. Which means to me,
that's a hit.
That's a hit. That is exactly. That's a battleship hit. 359-2255. It's the Tay and J Show.
You're always welcome home at the end of a busy day at Platinum Award-winning Comfort Suites on Lincoln Avenue in Urbana, rated #1 on TripAdvisor. All rooms are suite style with a sitting area and pull-out sofa. Enjoy their 24-hour indoor heated pool, spa, and fitness center, full hot breakfast buffet daily, and a complimentary light evening meal Monday through Wednesday. Comfort Suites also offers a group and airport shuttle, and they're pet-friendly. You'll always be welcome welcomed at the end of your day at Platinum Award-winning Comfort Suites. Call 328-3500 to reserve your overnight stay today. 328-3500.
Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini at 1422 South Neal Street, is officially closed. In the meantime, continue to get all your Fighting Illini needs online at GameDaySpirit.com or at the fan store on the corner of 6th and Green in the heart of Campus Town. There you can find their large selection of BOGO tees. New to the BOGO deal is the flexibility to mix and match youth sizes with adult sizes. Want to be the first to hear about Game Day's deals and promotions? Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram by searching at Game Day Spirit. And you stay up to date on officially licensed Fighting Illini gear from the official fan store of the Fighting Illini. Going on 5 years, Rock's Place in St. Joseph has become the neighborhood sports bar and grill for a lot of folks in the area. Rock's Place is known for their delicious burgers, and they also have great daily food and drink specials. Plus, Rock's has plenty of TVs, so you can keep tabs on the Cubs and Cardinals all summer long. And while you're there, press your luck on one of Melody Music's video gaming machines. For delicious food, cold drinks, and good company, make it Rock's Place, 101 North Main Street in St. Joseph. Find them on Facebook, ROCHS in St. Joseph. Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini at 1422 South Neal Street, is officially closed. In the meantime, continue to get all your Fighting Illini needs online at GameDaySpirit.com or at the fan store on the corner of 6th and Green in the heart of Campus Town. There you can find their large selection of BOGO tees. New to the BOGO deal is the flexibility to mix and match youth sizes with adult sizes. Want to be the first to hear about Game Day's deals and promotions? Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram by searching at Game Day Spirit. And you stay up to date on officially licensed Fighting Illini gear from the official fan store of the Fighting Illini.
DP Dough is the original Calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original Calzone company.
Protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. Buyer's inspection with a buyback guarantee and seller's inspection. No surprises before closing. Owned by me, Aaron Allenbaugh, and my wife Kim, and serving all of East Central Illinois. Get more details and schedule your inspection today at aamarshall.net.
At Honda, we always look for ways to innovate. That's why we combined summer and celebration to create the Honda Summerbration sales event. You can combine 0.9% APR with the stylish Accord, a car and driver's 10 best a record 31 times. So hurry into your local Honda dealer for the Honda Summerbration sales event. It's amaze-tacular.
Car and Driver, January 2017. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
Honda's introducing a new word, Summerbration. Use it as a noun, like, I picked up a 2017 Civic with 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event. Or a verb, I'm summerbrating with KBB.com's Best Buy overall winner. Start your Summerbration today at your Honda dealer.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
For more information, visit KellyBlueBooksKBB.com. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. Offer excludes all hatchback models and Civic SI. See dealer for financing details.
It's Lon Tay from ESPN 93.5, and whenever I need work done on my car, I go to Long's Garage. No, not Lon's Garage, Long's Garage in Urbana on Main Street, just east of Schnucks. From engines and brakes to new tires, you can get a variety of auto maintenance assistance from the experts at Long's Garage Complete Auto Service. And this summer, beat the heat and come into Long's Garage for an AC check. Since 1941, Long's Garage has offered expert repair services. Visit them today at 503 East Main Street in Urbana, just east of Schnucks.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkman with the 430 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think their car insurance costs more, but with discounts up to 40%, you may find it even costs less. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign, Illinois at 217-367-1105 today. Chicago news aplenty today for the update. We'll start out with the trade the Yankees and White Sox cooked up last night. White Sox have acquired Blake Rutherford, Ian Clarkin, Tito Polo, and Tyler Clippard from the New York Yankees in exchange for Todd Frazier, Tommy Kahnle, and David Robertson. Blake Rutherford is the 30th ranked prospect in baseball. The new era in White Sox can officially begin tonight when Yoan Moncada makes his Sox debut against the Dodgers at Guaranteed Rate Field. Moncada has a .823 OPS, 12 homers, 49 walks, and a .477 slugging percentage in AAA. He will bat 6th in Renteria's lineup. The Cubs won last night 5-1 against the Braves. Baez and Contreras both went deep. Lackey threw 5 innings of 1 homer ball. The two teams locked up again around noon, and the score was 8-2. Montgomery, La Stella, and Javi all went deep for the Cubs. Baez is now 10 for his last 15. The Cubs went for a perfect 6 for 6 since the All-Star break. Chris Bryant did injure his pinky finger in the first inning while sliding headfirst into third base, but the initial report from the Cubs is
out for 3 years.
No.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
It's day-to-day. So he might miss the first game on Friday.
Okay.
So.
I thought for sure he was going to be out for at least 3 years.
No, probably not.
Fake news. Hashtag fake news.
The Bears have officially signed number 2 pick Mitch Trubisky. So Super Bowl. That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
And St. Louis won over the Mets 5-0.
No, I mean, that's just like a throw-in.
Yeah.
Winning.
Boring.
Wow.
Hey, mosquitoes are a nuisance. And with a reported case of West Nile in Champaign, take care of those mosquitoes.
You know when they're a nuisance is if they're inside your house at night and you're asleep.
Has that happened to you?
Yeah, not lately, but I can remember when they'd be like fly around my head and I'm like, where is it?
Might want to shut your door.
That might be a good reason, yeah.
But you can keep your yard mosquito free and your house with Prairie View Landscaping. And since it's Prairie View Landscaping's 25th year in business, they're celebrating by offering up to 25% off their mosquito program. Go outside, enjoy your patio, enjoy your yard so your kids can go out there and have fun. Yes. And you can sit there with a beer, listen to a baseball game on ESPN 93.5.
Ding!
Or US 105.9.
Ding!
Right? All you got to do is email mypvdiscount at gmail.com for a free quote. That's mypvdiscount at gmail.com. Sign up today, and on July 28th, Prairie View Landscaping will announce a winner on the Tay and J Show for 2 free treatments. So again, all you got to do is email mypvdiscount at gmail.com for Prairie View Landscaping.
All right, it's the Tay and J Show. Off early today. Cardinals and Mets. It's not Michael Wacha again, but we wish it would be. After last night's incredible game with Michael Wacha, it's about Mike Leake's turn, I think. I think Leake's going maybe tonight for the St. Louis Cardinals against the Mets. Cardinals looking for the sweep against New York. And of
Mike
course,
Leake against Jacob deGrom.
There you go. Okay, we get to face deGrom again. So we faced the Mets twice and we faced deGrom twice. That's wonderful. That's when you know you're having that kind of year.
Whose hair would you rather have, deGrom or Syndergaard? Syndergaard's got that long.
I think deGrom.
He's got deGrom's more the I guess like a dirty blonde with curls. It's got some bounce in it.
I don't know.
Syndergaard's that straight.
No,
blonde.
I don't like just the straight. Because it reminds me of that one big dude that played like from Eastern Michigan or whatever. That's in the NBA. And he's one of the ugliest people
Central Michigan. Chris Kaman.
Chris Kaman.
Well, Chris Kaman was bald, but he had these long strands of blonde hair.
Maybe he and John Lackey may be the ugliest athletes I've ever seen.
That's probably.
I mean, that's probably fair. And I apologize, John. I've seen your wife, and you did well in that regard.
That's just quantitative analysis that you've.
These are facts. I might be one of the ugliest radio hosts in America.
That's not true.
But that could be.
That is not true.
John Lackey would say I was. All right, so you and Austin did some research here with the White Sox now holding 10 of the top 68 prospects, according to MLB.com. We saw what the Cubs did, and someone reminded me on our text line that not only are these kids in the majors, they won a World Series last year. Right. So obviously that's a good point. The fact that not only have these kids hit, they won a World Series.
A big part of it.
That's a big part of it. There's no doubt. There were other
you
measures.
Also traded for Rizzo. You also added free agents like Lester. It's all part of a plan.
Absolutely.
And the Cubs had a plan.
Yes, they did.
And they executed it.
And this is what the White Sox now have.
Yeah, they've executed a plan to this point. We'll see how it works out. There will still be free agent signings. There will be more draft picks. There will be trades. They still have a lot of work to do.
Yes, they do.
But the start of this process, pretty impressive, with 6 of the top 30 prospects in baseball, 10 of the top 68, according to MLB.com. On Baseball America, they have 8 of the top 100. So I know MLB.com is going to update their top 100 here soon. But I thought it was a good exercise to go back and kind of look every few years at what the hit rate was for some of these top prospects. And I think it also shows that some of the analysts have gotten better at this.
Okay.
So let's go back to 2002. Let's do our Wayne's World.
Right. Wow.
2002, the number one prospect in baseball.
32-year-old Lonte.
No. Josh Beckett.
Okay.
That one hit pretty well.
Hit well.
Right?
Won a World Series with the Marlins, right?
And 2 with the Red Sox.
2 with
right?
the Red Sox.
Number 2, Mark Pryor.
Wow.
That's a hit.
Hit for a little bit.
That's a definite hit.
Absolutely.
Here's their little section. Austin read this to me earlier today. The quote, best college pitcher ever tag comes with no guarantees. Just ask Ben McDonald, Paul Wilson, and Chris Benson.
Yes.
Remember Chris Benson?
Yes, I do.
Remember Chris Benson's wife?
His wife was lunatic.
Yes, but she was good.
She was hot.
But Pryor will be the Cubs ace when they finally end their World Series drought.
Or Kerry Wood. Oh, wow. And they almost did.
They almost did.
That stinking Steve Bartman.
I mean, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Without a doubt.
3, Hank Blaylock. Third baseman of the Rangers.
For the Texas Rangers.
Remember Hank Blaylock?
Oh, absolutely I do.
Remember?
He played quite a bit.
He played a long time. I would call that a hit.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, it wasn't as great as you thought, but he had 153 career home runs.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a hit.
He played for, 8 years probably at least. So, yeah, that's a hit for me.
4, Sean Burrows of the Padres.
No, that was not a hit.
Not a hit.
Not a hit.
5, Carlos Pena of the Athletics.
Sure.
That's a hit.
Yep.
Juan Cruz of the Cubs.
Don't remember him.
He was like a long reliever. He was kind of like what Mike Montgomery is, only not as good as Mike Montgomery.
That was just the Cubs of the old days of drafting Juan Cruz, who doesn't amount to anything.
Shawin Dunston. 7, Joe Mauer.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
For sure a hit.
8, Wilson Betemit of the Braves.
No.
He was a major leaguer, but not very good.
Not really.
9, Drew Henson of the Yankees.
Oh, wow.
10, Mark Teixeira.
Yes.
11, Austin Kearns, outfielder for the Reds.
Yeah, he had a pretty good career.
Good career.
Didn't he play with the Rockies a little bit,
I think
too?
that's an okay hit.
Yeah, okay.
That's mediocre. 12, Joe Borchard of the White Sox.
No.
I was so excited about it. 13, Nick Johnson of the Yankees. Not very good. 14, Ryan Anderson, left-handed pitcher, Mariners.
No.
No idea.
No.
15, Angel Burrow of the Royals.
No.
16, Dennis Tankersley of the Padres.
Dennis Tankersley actually was a pretty good reliever.
Yeah.
He turned into a decent reliever.
17, Nick Neugebauer of the Brewers.
That guy just sounds like the guy you play slow pitch softball with. You know, and
Hey,
then you
Noogie.
go, hey, Noogie, let's go have a beer after this game.
18, Josh Hamilton of the Devil Rays.
Wow, yes.
Didn't work out for them.
No.
But he did work out.
Absolutely.
19, Jerome Williams of the Giants.
Didn't even play basketball with the Portland Trailblazers. I think he switched.
Detroit Pistons, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
20, Brandon Phillips, then of the Expos.
Wow, yes.
That was a pretty good hit. That one, not so good.
No,
that was not a great
Who did
hit.
the Cardinals take?
This was the top 20 prospects.
So
they were on the card.
I see what you're saying. My bad.
These aren't
My
the
bad.
draft picks.
No,
These are
no, my fault.
Top
That
20
was my
prospects. Okay, 2005.
Okay.
1, Joe Mauer.
Yes.
And it's still a hit. 2, Felix Hernandez. Yeah, that's it. 3, Delman Young. Former
Delman
number
Young.
1.
Yep.
That was not a hit.
No.
4, probably Theo's biggest mistake as a Cub GM. He traded DJ LeMahieu for Ian Stewart of the
Okay.
Rockies. He was number 4. That was not a hit.
No.
5, Joel Guzman, shortstop of the Dodgers.
No.
6, Casey Kochman.
Don't be confused with Jose Guzman, who was a pretty good pitcher, I think.
6, Casey Kochman of the Angels. No. 7, Scott Kazmir of the Devil Rays.
Yeah, pretty good.
Didn't hit for the Devil Rays, but had a nice career,
Yes.
especially later on with the Oakland A's. 8, Ricky Weeks of the Brewers.
Oh, yeah.
9, Andy Marte of the Braves.
No.
10, Hanley Ramirez of the Red Sox.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Oh, this is a big-time prospect. 11, Lastings Millage of the Mets. Not a hit.
No.
12, Dallas McPherson of the Angels.
No.
13, Matt Cain of the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
This one's tough.
Did they know then that he would get 500 tattoos? Matt Cain.
That's a different guy.
Oh, is it not Matt Cain?
You're thinking of.
Who's the? Isn't there a
Matt
picture?
Latos.
Oh my. Okay, my bad. That was my bad.
14, Jeff Francoeur.
Yeah.
Is that a hit?
Yeah. He had a pretty good career.
Close. 15, Prince Fielder.
Oh yeah.
16, Adam Miller of the Indians. No.
That just sounds like the most common dude in America.
17, this is probably not a name you know very well, but he was a good player because he played for the Twins. Jason Kubel, outfielder.
I do remember Jason Kubel.
18, Jeremy Hermida of the Marlins.
All right.
No. 19, Chad Billingsley of the Dodgers, had a couple good years. And then 20, Jeff Neiman, Devil Rays.
No.
That's not a good list either.
That's not a very good
All
draft.
right, so we fast forward to 2008.
Okay. Got it.
All right, 1, Jay Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hit.
Yep.
2, Evan Longoria.
Yes.
3, Jabba Chamberlain. He's a major leaguer.
He was.
Wasn't what they thought he was going to be.
No, kind of in and out.
4, Clay Buchholz. You won a World Series with him.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean,
and he was a big part of it.
Yes.
I'll count that. 5, Colby Rasmus. That's kind of like Jabba, isn't it?
Yes.
Helped you win a World Series by trading him.
We got rid of him and picked up a lot in return, including travel.
6, Cameron Maben. He's turned into a decent player, but I'm not going to count that.
No,
as
okay.
7, Clayton Kershaw. 8, Franklin Morales, left-handed pitcher. He pitched in the majors, but wasn't very good.
No.
9, Homer Bailey.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yes.
10, David Price.
Yes.
11, Travis Snyder of the Blue Jays. No. 12, Matt Wieters.
Yeah.
13, Jacoby Ellsbury.
I always thought Matt Wieters could be better than what he was.
Yes, but he's still very good.
He's still solid, absolutely.
13, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yes.
14, Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah.
15, Jake McGee of the Rays. I'll count that as a hit. He's been a pretty good reliever.
Okay.
16, Brandon Wood of the Angels.
No.
17, Wade Davis.
Oh, yeah.
18, Mike Moustakas. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for the Royals.
19, Elvis Andrews.
Yes.
And 20, Fernando Martinez of the Mets.
No.
That's a better hit right there.
That is. That's a pretty good little list.
All right, so we move to 2011.
Okay.
Because it's showing you these rankings are getting better and better.
Yes, they are.
1, Bryce Harper.
Oh.
2, Mike Trout.
Oh, my goodness.
1 and 2 in 2011.
And both from what? Weren't they both from Vegas?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Trout's from Pennsylvania.
I was thinking Bryant. Yeah, Trout's from Pennsylvania.
3, Jesus Montero. No. 4, Dominic Brown. Had 1 good year for the Phillies.
3, Finger Brown? No. He's the 4-finger Brown.
So that's 2 for 4.
Okay.
So Julio Teheran, number 5. Yep.
Yes.
Jeremy Hellickson, 6.
Yes.
Aroldis Chapman, 7.
Yeah.
Eric Hosmer, 8.
Yeah.
Mike Moustakas, 9. Will Myers, 10. That's 8 of the top 10 of hit.
Man.
Jamison Tyone, 11. Yeah.
Okay.
Dustin Ackley, number 12. No.
Don't know him.
He's played the majors, but not.
Okay.
13, Shelby Miller. Got to count it a hit.
You do.
14, Manny Machado.
Wow.
15, Matt Moore. Yeah, I'd count that.
Yeah.
16, Michael Pineda. I'd count that. 17, Freddie Freeman.
Yes.
18, John Lamb, a pitcher.
No. Poor John.
19, Mike Montgomery.
Yes.
And 20, Chris Sale.
Wow.
That's a pretty good list.
There are some stars on that list.
There's some hits on that list.
You've got Trout, Harper, Machado, Sale. Who am I missing on that list?
I just exited out, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, those are right there. Those 4. Wow.
Right, 2014. So these are guys who should be in the majors or getting there. 1, Byron Buxton.
Is he the kid with the
Twins?
Yeah, the Twins.
Not
I saw him
yet.
in a AAA game. No.
Not a hit yet.
No.
2, Xander Bogaerts.
Yes.
3, rest in peace, Oscar Taveras.
Oh, wow.
4, Masahiro Tanaka.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
5, Javi Baez.
Yes.
6, people need to start paying attention more to this guy, Miguel Sano.
Yes.
Of the Twins.
I
Just
agree.
his 23rd homer.
Wow.
7, Carlos Correa.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 8, as I try to get that page back up here.
Correa and Baez in that class.
Yeah.
I like it.
8, Chris Bryant.
Oh, my. Okay.
9, Archie Bradley. I'm going to count that. He's a really good reliever right now.
Got it. Who's he with?
The Diamondbacks.
Okay.
10, Gregory Polanco.
Yes.
11, Taijuan Walker. Solid.
Yeah, decent.
12, Jonathan Gray. I'm going to count that. He's hurt right now.
I agree.
13, Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
14, Addison Russell.
Wow.
15, Dylan Bundy, all in the majors.
Yes.
Bundy's having a good year. 16, Noah Syndergaard.
Right.
17, Michael Franco. 18, George Springer.
Wow.
19, Robert Stevenson. That's a miss.
Okay.
20, Kevin Gausman of the Orioles, who's having a pretty good year.
That is amazing.
Getting better.
To hear the stars in those two, these last two, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, that tells you, and the White Sox are going to have one of the top 3, probably, or 5 picks. They're going to hit on those.
If you hit on 50%
yes.
of your top prospects,
then you're in good shape.
You got some pretty good players.
That is so cool to go through lists like that. I love that. I love going back and hearing, especially the older list that you did, the 0-2 list. I think that's cool to go back and see how those guys projected and then how they ended up doing. But you're right. I think they have done a better job now. I think we do a better job of analyzing, evaluating these kids as they come along. So if you've got a top 5 pick, you better do it right.
Yeah.
You better do it right, and we'll see if the White Sox can do it.
All right, I just went back randomly.
Okay.
To
1988, that's when I graduated high
school. It's in 1998.
Oh, okay.
1, Ben Greavy.
Yeah,
of the A's.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
decent, but nothing great.
2, Paul Konerko.
Yeah.
3, Adrian Beltre.
Oh.
4, Kerry Wood.
Wow.
5, Aramis Ramirez. That's pretty good.
That is solid.
6, Matt White.
Don't remember
7,
him.
Chris Benson.
Yeah.
8, Travis Lee.
Okay.
That's pretty good career.
That's pretty good.
Carl Pavano, 9.
Yep.
Miguel Tejada, 10. 11, Todd Helton. 12, Mark Kotze. 13, Chad Hermanson. 14, Brad Fulmer. 15, Juan Encarnacion. Rick Ankiel was 18.
Wow.
Sean Casey, 20.
Isn't that's cool? That is cool to go back and do that. I love that. If you want to weigh in, 359-2255. That's 359-2255.
The number 1 prospect in 99, a Cardinal. J.D. Drew.
Oh, yes.
And 2000 was another Cardinal. Fireballer.
A fireballer with the Cardinals.
Too much of a fireballer because he couldn't direct it where to go, so he switched positions.
Not Ankiel?
It is Ankiel.
Oh, it is Ankiel, yeah. Okay, wow. Rick Ankiel became a solid outfielder.
Huh?
Kid could always hit,
Pretty
that's for sure. That is cool. That's good stuff to go through that. That is good stuff. You want to weigh in, 359-2255. I want to tell you about Houlihan's. Join them for live local music every Thursday evening. I know it's Wednesday. I'm just getting you ready for tomorrow. Patio play located on the beautiful, secluded outdoor patio features new live performances each week, and they got you covered on the drinks. $4.95 martini drink special. Coming up tomorrow night, Nathaniel Banks will be playing live at Houlihan's at the iHotel. Don't forget Monday, half-price domestic draft beer, and Tuesday, how about this, half-price bottles of wine. That's at Houlihan's at the iHotel. We are back. It's the Tay and J Show.
When you hit the brakes in time, but the guy behind you doesn't, get it to Gerber. When your teenager puts the dent in Stu Dent Driver, yep, get it to Gerber. Gerber Collision and Glass. Call 877-7-GERBER. Gerber comes highly recommended.
Oh, hey, hi, hello there. It's me, your air conditioner. You can call me AC if you want, but Mr. Conditioner is my dad's name. Okay, listen, you may have noticed that I'm using a lot of energy right now, and that's why you need to call an expert. Yep, the experts can give me a precision tune-up, so you'll save up to 30% on energy bills, and I won't have to work so hard, which is great because I'm about to pass out.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save $41 off an AC Precision Tune-Up. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
Your four-legged friends need protection too. Pet insurance from Pekin Insurance covers cats and dogs at least 6 weeks of age or older as an enhancement to your homeowner's coverage. Choose between $2,500 or $5,000 worth of coverage for a variety of pet health services. You can even take your pet to the veterinarian of your choice. Learn more at PekinInsurance.com or ask your local agent about how to protect your furry family members. For pet insurance that is beyond the expected, contact Pekin Insurance today.
You had a dream of opening your business, and you took a risk to build it. At Busey, we understand your goals and dreams continue to evolve as you position your business for growth, look towards retirement, and plan for future generations. Achieve your dreams. Busey is here to help. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chuck Lee with Provident Financial Group. Are you sure you're on track to reach your retirement goals? Wondering how much money you'll need to last your lifetime? Whether you're retiring in a few weeks or a few years, we can analyze your needs and create a plan that's right for you. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
The same people you trust after a fire or water disaster will also keep your house clean year-round. That's because the specialists at ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County are trained in every category of cleaning, from mold remediation to the cleaning of carpets, upholstery, air ducts, and crawl spaces. They're here to help protect every square foot of your most valuable possessions. ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County, or visit them at servproofchampaignurbana.com. That's the bright green cleanup team at ServPro of Champaign-Urbana and South Champaign County. franchises are independently owned and operated.
Subscribe to the Virginia Theater's 2017-2018 Performing Arts season and strike a mother load of entertainment. This season is huge. See ZZ Top, Celtic Women, and Kansas. Laugh along with Lily Tomlin, Paula Poundstone, and the Second City, and enjoy great kid shows with Shopkins Live, Central High's Mary Poppins, and more. Just pick 4 qualifying shows, and you get perks like discounted tickets and first choice of seats. Become a Virginia Theater season subscriber today. More information at thevirginia.org or call 217-356-9063.
Finding great candidates to hire can be, well, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. With its powerful technology, ZipRecruiter distributes your job everywhere it needs to be to find the right candidates. In fact, over 80% of jobs on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just one day. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Used by businesses of all sizes, ZipRecruiter offers the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Looking to renovate your kitchen or bathroom? For over 30 years, Kitchen Bath and Cabinet Company has been Champaign-Urbana's #1 showroom for all your kitchen and bath needs. From design to installation, Kitchen Bath and Cabinet Company combines years of industry experience with excellent customer service. Check out their solid surface quartz and granite countertops, plus a wide range of fixtures and cabinetry. Call Kitchen Bath and Cabinet Company at 352-1900 or visit online at kitchenbathandcabinetco.com.
Racing action is back this Friday night at the Farmer City Raceway in Farmer City, Illinois. Friday night under the lights at the 7th Annual Junior Kindler Memorial. $3,000 to win and $1,500 to win Midwest Modified Series. Plus pro lights and street stocks. Gates open at 4 p.m. General admission for adults just $15. Kids 12 and under get in free. Pit passes $30. Kids 12 and under pits just $15. At the Farmer City Raceway for the 7th Annual Junior Kindler Memorial. Presented by K&S Furniture and the City of Farmer City. The Farmer City Raceway, where we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Diane Ducey here to tell you about Mobile Meter. When I'm playing taxi to my kiddos, I no longer have to worry about parking tickets and loose change. I downloaded the Mobile Meter app to ease my parking frustrations. You should download the Mobile Meter app today. It's available on iTunes, on your phone app store, or at mobilemeter.us.
Coach Mike Ditka is not just talking sports. What will he say next? Hear him here Monday and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 8 with Brother Johnny and me, Stevie J, on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hey, whether you just purchased your new home or you've been a homeowner for years, the experts at Busey Home Mortgage share 6 essential items for your home's to-do list. How about create a budget? Busey has an online budget tool. It's called Finance Works through eBank that can help you find ways to trim your expenses along the way. Protect your property. Insurance is the only way to guarantee your belongings will be protected. Prioritize your safety. Ensure locks on your doors and windows work. Take your tax deductions. That's important. Make sure you're aware of all tax deductions you can receive from your move and your new home. Make it your own. Check out the Expert Insights article, Best Home Improvement Bang for Your Buck on Busey.com. And how about this? Save for a rainy day. Although life may be sunny now, it's a good idea to create a rainy day fund. Whether you need tools to budget for your home or you're looking to build, buy, or refinance, Busey Home Mortgage is here with expert advice and simplified solutions. That's Busey.com.
Jeff Passan of Yahoo Sports asked a bunch of GMs, assistant GM scouts, agents, and a bunch of baseball people, how much would Mike Trout make on the open market if he were a free agent after this year? Now, he's not until 2021, I believe.
Okay.
But he'll still be in the prime of his career. He says the lowest dollar value of 63 people who offered their opinions was $200 million. And that was a 4-year deal.
Wow.
Mike Trout as
$50 million a year.
$50 million a year player.
I just snorted. That was so impressive.
Other 2 people suggested 5 years, $250 would be the sweet spot. Others said they could go 10 years, $500 million.
Wow.
But the highest number someone threw out at him, $600 million over 15 years.
That's like no.
And you know what?
That's like you're buying a team.
He's worth it.
Yeah. $600 million over 15 years. That is unbelievable. But you know what? You're right. And it'll be interesting. I mean, you have to give the Angels, as in much turmoil and idiocy as that team has been in the last few years, you have to give them credit for locking up Mike Trout like they did. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was a good move, obvious. I mean, it was a pretty obvious
going to be making 30-something million.
Right.
In this deal.
But he could be making $50 million. That's the scary part.
Bryce Harper will be the big test of that. Machado, Arenado, both free agents after 2018 as well.
$30 million a year, Jeremy, you could buy a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
You rake up a lot at Lois.
Yes, you could. Lois from Christopher and Company is joining us now. Lois, how are you?
I like that idea. You could buy a lot of jewelry. Boy, I want that guy for my customer.
Right. Can you imagine your eyes lighting up when $30 million a year Mike Trout walked into Christopher and Company? You're like, come on over here. I got some stuff I want to show you. Hey, speaking of...
Yeah, but that'd be fun on so many levels.
Oh, I see that. I see what you did there. Lois, you're having a big weekend this weekend, right? What exactly?
That's right.
Because we're talking some baseball here as well.
We are talking baseball. We're having a benefit at the Blind Pig Beer Garden, and it's fans with lots of team spirits for the Cubs and the Cardinals because it's a Cubs-Cardinal game. And we're going to have TVs out there, so the game will be on, and we're raising money for the Courage Connection and Cunningham Children's Home, both really important local services that need our help right now.
Very
We've got all kinds of plans. I mean, it's going to be fun anyway. I mean, it's a beer garden. It's TV. It's baseball. What's not to like?
Now, I love all of those things you mentioned. How are we mixing in Christopher and Company with this?
Well, we have a lot of raffle items. And I want to tell you, too, that we are going to accept donations at the door for whichever or both of the things you want to support.
Awesome.
We're providing a lapis lazuli necklace, which is Cubs blue.
Okay.
We're also providing a ruby necklace, which is Cardinals red.
Nice.
And we've got all kinds of other raffle items and prizes. We've got a trivia game, which is called Baseball Squares. It's got a prize at the end. And even more fun, we have a Harry Carey lookalike contest during the seventh inning stretch with a $100 cash prize.
That will be fun.
It's going to be a hoot all afternoon.
Okay, what time are you getting the festivities started down there at Blind Pig?
Well, it's going to be when does the game time start?
I think
can't
it's
remember.
1:20.
1 o'clock?
I think so. I'm looking right now, so I'm looking.
It's 1:20 Friday.
I'm pretty sure it's at 1 o'clock, and it runs through when the game's on and into the evening if people want to just stay. It's a good time.
That's awesome, Lois. We always appreciate it. I know we'll be talking to you about this next couple days to keep people reminded. Thank you so much, and have a great time this weekend, Lois.
Yeah, and send that player my way.
I'll send Mike Trout. We'll send him an email right now.
Yeah. Next time you chat with that guy, you tell him that
I love
there's a place for him.
I love it. Lois, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.
We'll
guys.
see
Bye.
ya. All right, some baseball. Go out and have some baseball and support a couple of great causes. That's a great idea.
By the way, some Bulls fans raised some money and put a billboard at Lake and Racine that said, "We're no longer seeing red. #fire Garpax."
Wow. So things are starting to heat up now that they've seen what the Cubs are doing and the White Sox, and the Blackhawks have won some Stanley Cups. Now all of a sudden the Bulls are like, I know we won our 6 titles, and that's pretty cool.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. Isn't it funny? It's kind of like you and the Bears when I bring up 1985 and how good that team that was. You're like, Lon, I wasn't even born.
If you want to weigh in next hour, we got about 10 minutes for you. 359-2255, 217-359-2255.
It is the Tay and J Show.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Are you looking for a new home or planning to refinance your existing home? Hi, this is Todd Durakan from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, getting you and your home faster with loan closings in 30 days. Mortgage loans and refinancing that's fast, friendly, and local. We invite you to visit our experienced team of mortgage experts to find out how First Federal Savings Bank can help you with your loan closing in 30 days. For more information, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get what you want out of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Champaign County Head Start, a program of the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission, has openings for qualified teachers, teachers' aides, preschool teachers, substitute teachers, and bus drivers. Head Start provides a variety of opportunities for those wanting to get started in the childcare preschool field at locations in Champaign, Urbana, Savoy, and Rintoul, along with competitive benefits, health insurance, tuition reimbursement, and a great work environment. For more information, visit our website at ccrpc.org.
The Urbana Park District presents Neighborhood Nights all summer long. This Wednesday, July 19th. Please join us at Crestview Park, and we'll be listening to Riders of the Golden Maze from 6:30 to 8 p.m. If you want to join us for free popcorn and lemonade, fun activities, you can meet Urbana Park District officials. We appreciate the volunteers from Kohl's Cares being part of this week's Urbana Neighborhood Nights. For details on this program and other Urbana Park District activities, go to urbanaparks.org.
You're listening to WXJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The president's message not resonating? I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. 6 months since his inauguration, a new Fox News poll is out. It is not good news for President Trump. Fox's Gernal Scott live with that story.
Jack, the new Fox News poll has the president with 41% approval with voters. 53% say they don't like the job he's doing. On other hot-button issues, 8 in 10 people list health care as their top concern, but only a quarter of voters supported the Senate plan, far less than the 40% that backed the House bill. And 75% of voters now say it's time for the GOP to compromise with Democrats. On Russia, 65% say the Russians favored the Trump campaign in 2016, but voters are split at 43% on whether the Trump camp colluded with the Russians to win, Jack.
Thanks, Gernal. Lunch and stern talk from President Trump for GOP senators today on health care reform. More live from Capitol Hill and Fox's Jared Halpern.
A vote next week is still planned to repeal much of the Affordable Care Act in 2 years without a clear replacement.
We cannot have a debate until we get on the bill.
The Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, after a lunch with Republican colleagues and President Trump at the White House, says a repeal-only measure could turn into repeal and replace. President Trump making clear he prefers that option. So far, 2 proposals for repeal and replace have lacked sufficient Republican support in the Senate. The Congressional Budget Office estimates a repeal without replacement would mean 32 million more uninsured in 10 years. Jack.
Thanks, Jared. The U.S. Supreme Court leaving in place an order from a federal judge in Hawaii that extends the family member exemption from the president's travel ban to include grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, but the High Court says the administration can strictly enforce a ban on refugees. Stock rocking on Wall Street. The Dow up 66 points. The NASDAQ and S&P 500 with record closes as well. Fox News, fair and balanced.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing.
The kids are not listening to me.
I got this. Who wants ice cream?
Oh, so that's how you get them to listen.
With available powerful third-row seats in the Ford Explorer, there's always more room for the whole family. And then some.
Impressive, huh?
No, not really.
Wait, who are the 2 in the third row?
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand, during the Ford Summer Sales Event.
It's always a good time.
Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select Fusion, Escape, Mustang, and Explorer models. Plus get $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 31st. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. Trade-Assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Not available on Mustang Shelby, GT350, GT350R. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for complete details. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by July 31st, 2017.
One of the victims of 70s serial killer John Wayne Gacy is nameless no more. The Cook County Sheriff's Office, using DNA, says they've identified the remains of James Brian Hackinson. He was 16 when he ran away from his Minnesota home in 1976. He is one of Gacy's previously unidentified victims. Convicted of killing 33 boys and young men, Gacy was executed back in 1994. The first meeting of President Trump's Advisory Commission on Election Integrity today. Vice President Mike Pence chairing the group.
Our charge is to explore vulnerabilities in the system that could lead to improper voting registration and improper voting.
President Trump claims that millions of illegally cast votes may have cost him the popular vote in November's election. Thousands of people forced to evacuate as western wildfires continue to rage.
The Detweiler fires forced as many as 4,000 people to evacuate. It doubled in size from Tuesday to Wednesday to over 45,000 acres. CAL FIRE Captain Scott McLean says fire behavior has been changing since winter rain and snow brought the state out of a drought.
Fires now are burning as hot during the nighttime than they are during the course of the day. These fires are spreading exponentially. The winter weather that we had has promoted so much growth, especially in the grass crops, that it's just like a fuse to these fires.
He says so far they know 7 structures have burned, and the fire is threatening power lines that supply Yosemite National Park. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Baking in the heartland, heat advisories stretch from South Dakota to Mississippi. Some areas facing triple-digit temperatures for much of the week. Land O'Lakes, Florida, a sinkhole that swallowed 2 homes on Friday is getting wider. Residents of 7 more homes have been told to pack up and be ready to move. We'll learn tomorrow if the juice will be loose. O.J. Simpson has a parole hearing in Nevada where he's serving a 33-year sentence for armed robbery. He's done the minimum 9 years. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News Radio.
That was fantastic.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast.
I just Snapchatted a story, by the way.
There you go.
Just one picture of all the interns and us, but I didn't know how to caption it or whatever.
We'll have to teach you that.
Yeah, please.
I've already learned that.
Yeah, you did.
Not so old man at this Snapchat thing anymore.
You young kids.
Cheap Hour Service Experts. Help them keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit them online at cheaphour.com. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 74. Thursday, mostly sunny, hot, high 95. Low of 74. Friday, hot, chance of thunderstorms, high 95, a low of 77. Finally should get some relief after Sunday.
Okay.
As it dips to 81 on Monday. Right now, heat advisory in effect 93, but feels like 111 in Champaign-Urbana.
Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Big news of the day happened last night, actually. The Chicago White Sox continue to get worse, which is exactly what they want to do, and they continue to add prospects, which is what they exactly want to do, as they make a trade with the New York Yankees. So says you. You loved the trade, didn't you?
I like it.
I mean, you like it.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up good players.
Absolutely.
To get one really good prospect, a top 30 prospect, and a couple more players, Ian Clarkin, a former first-round pick. But this continues it. It continues. All these players needed to go for the most part. Canely they could have kept, but you might as well turn it into a prospect you think is going to help you long term. And Blake Rutherford is a consensus top 30 prospect. I like this trade for the Yankees. I mean, they get 2 relievers for more than a year. Todd Frazier fits their biggest need, which is a middle of the order bat who can give them some power. He's not a perfect guy, but I think they got better in this deal and set themselves up for contending more this year and contending more next year in the future.
Basically, for signing Todd Frazier, you got Blake Rutherford and a solid home run derby performance. That's exactly what you got for Todd Frazier. No, you know what? He had a really good year for the White Sox. Was that last year?
Last year he had 40 home runs.
Yeah,
but didn't hit a high average. I mean, he did exactly what we thought he'd do. So it wasn't enough to push them to the brink, right?
He'll play first base now, right, for the New York Yankees.
Yeah. Dan Hayes tweeted this out. I've been reminded several times now that Gordon Beckham brought back Yency Almonte. So Beckham became Almonte, which became Tommy Canely, which became Blake Rutherford.
Wow.
So Gordon Beckham, who we thought was going to be our Dustin Pedroia,
right,
ends up getting him a guy like Blake Rutherford, and we'll have to see how he progresses. He's in low A ball. He's got a long way to go, but he just adds more depth to that farm system that the White Sox have been going for so long now.
Cubbies win again today. They just keep creeping up now on the Milwaukee Brewers. I assume now they'd be 2 games out because Milwaukee hasn't played today. So the Cubbies just kind of keep creeping up on first place. The Cardinals, of course, have a chance to sweep the Mets tonight. Mike Leake on the Hill. You'll hear that right here on ESPN 93.5.
And Illinois basketball back on the road. They
are they really?
The evaluation period.
Okay.
As the second evaluation period is up, and it's going to be really interesting, Lon, because Talon Horton-Tucker gets offered by Michigan State.
Right.
And Tim Finke did not have a good July so far. He might need to play better.
Right.
If he's going to if Vanderbilt or Illinois are going to take him. That's a question.
Isn't that weird?
At this point.
Wow.
He just hasn't played up to the level of Power 5 high major prospect.
I asked Derek Piper the other day, I said, is that kind of good for Illinois that he's not playing well? And what I meant was that maybe he's not popping up to other schools, but I think Tim Finke's pretty much settled on his list of schools, and now it's just a matter of what fits me right.
Are those schools sold on him?
Are they interested in him? So
because that's part of the process. You got to continue to impress people. Otherwise, Illinois might have other options they like better.
And that can become tricky when you have your brother on the team and it's a local kid. So
that's really interesting.
Oh, boy. Brad Underwood faced with his first...
They got a bunch of big men targets they're after, and of course, I would assume the big fish there.
Tim Finke, though, shows some promise, obviously. So that kid...
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yes, top 100 player. So we'll see.
We'll see how long he sticks.
Maybe. That's a good point. All right, again, want to thank Brian Billick, FutureSox.com. Cardinals and Mets are next. Mike Leake on the Hill as the Cardinals go for the sweep. Don't forget, tomorrow, Mike Carpenter and I will be at Bunny's Tavern all day. Harry Black's going to join us as well. So we will be at Bunny's Tavern. Jeremy will not. Ha, 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 ha.
I'll see you guys Tuesday.
Yeah.
I got a wedding.
Awesome.
I got a best man for my brother, and then we got Big Ten Media Days on Monday up in Chicago.
And next Tuesday, we have some of the biggest news you'll ever hear on the Tay and J Show.
Got some big news.
About 5 o'clock next Tuesday, in the 5 o'clock hour, we are going to tell you about some stuff that is happening here on the Tay and J Show that you're not going to want to miss. That will be next Tuesday at 5. We'll kind of tease that as we go.
It's a long-term tease.
It is, man. Cardinals baseball's next. It is the Tay and J Show.
Why drive to Key West when you can enjoy the new Tiki Bar and Patio at Daly's Sports Bar, 116 West Washington Street in Philo. With 9 flat-screen TVs and the MLB package, you can take in your favorite team's action live. Daily drink specials Wednesday through Friday evening from 5 to 9 p.m. Enjoy the Daly's Outback Food Wagon on the patio featuring special burgers, sandwiches, shrimp baskets, fried and grilled cod, nachos, tacos, and cheesy fries. Now through August 25th, enter to win a trip to Las Vegas with $100 cash drawings every Friday. There's no purchase necessary to enter and win. Co-sponsored by XL Entertainment, Illinois' most chosen terminal operator. Play slots and win some cash at Daly's, featuring the latest and hottest slots. Come in and play slots, have a blast, some great food and drinks, and hit the jackpot. Be sure and enter for your chance to go to Vegas now through August 25th with $100 cash drawings every Friday at Daily Sports Bar, 116 West Washington in the heart of Philo. Must be 21 or older to play slots. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding great candidates to hire can be, well, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. With its powerful technology, ZipRecruiter distributes your job everywhere it needs to be to find the right candidates. In fact, over 80% of jobs on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just one day. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Used by businesses of all sizes, ZipRecruiter offers the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sure, we've been called a mom and pop store. We take it as a compliment. After all, we are family owned and operated with 2 generations actively involved, and 5 of our team members have been with us for around 20 years each or longer. We run our business with old-fashioned customer service as our foundation, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Add our great selection of hand-picked mattresses, all proudly made in the USA, at guaranteed lowest prices, and we're sure you won't find a better deal anywhere. Visit us and experience the Illini mattress difference today.
You buy Community Credit Union for campus and community.
Celebrate with 0%, 50,000 bonus points, and 5 times points. The University of Illinois is celebrating 150 years, and the U of I Community Credit Union is getting in on the celebration with this exclusive offer. Now through September 30th, open a new Illini Visa and watch the advantages roll in, like 0%. That's right, 0% on all purchases until May 2018 for qualified applicants. Plus, everyone who opens a new Illini Visa rewards card could earn up to 50,000 bonus points. Use those points to purchase trips, gift cards, electronics, and more. But that's not all. All reward card holders will earn 5 times points on U of I purchases. Apply for your card today at IlliniCard.org. That's IlliniCard.org. Celebrate the University of Illinois and get rewarded, because no one cheers louder for the community than the U of I Community Credit Union.
U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community. You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport. You can fly Champaign. You can fly. Our airport is your doorway to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings. You've got business to do. People who expect you. You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport.
Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorsco.com.
There's a time for work, there's a time for play. There's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines, and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
A chance for 3 straight wins and a 500 record in over a month. That's what's on the Cardinals' plate tonight as they take on the New York Mets in Game 3 of this 4-game series. Hello and welcome. It's the Ameren pregame show on the Cardinals Radio Network. Alex Ferrario with you live from Cardinals Nation inside Ballpark Village. After another Redbird winner last night, the Cards look to take the road and season series against the Mets, but this one won't be easy. They're tasked with facing the Mets ace, Jacob deGrom, who was on a 6-game win streak and has allowed only 8 runs over the last 47 innings pitched. Mike Leake, he takes the mound for the Cardinals tonight. Hasn't been as consistent as Jacob deGrom, but still a good platform to jump off of for Leake after the last couple of starts by the Cardinals staff. Coming up, we will chat about the phenomenal Cardinals rotation and the NL Central race with Ben Fredrickson of the Post-Dispatch. Kyle McClellan, former Cardinals pitcher, talk Michael Wacha's first career complete game victory last night and what to expect with tonight's pitching matchup. Mike Matheny chats with John Rooney. Mike Schilt joins Mike Claiborne, and some Cardinals injury news to get to along the way. But for now, we jump into our Central Bank of St. Louis replay as we go back to last night's career first for Wacha.
Michael looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Again, next pitch, swing and a miss. And he strikes out Duda. Michael Wacha has been superb here tonight.
You know, that's the human spirit and the psyche of going out there wanting to have the kind of game that you deserve to finish it. And you don't have them very often. And when you do, it's real important. And Michael wanted that real bad. And I don't blame him. And I know everybody in there is happy for him.
Wacha's going for the kill right here, trying to finish off Bruce and the New York Mets and wrap up Michael Wacha's first career complete game shutout. 5-0 Cardinals.
The 1-2 pitch. Here it is for Bruce. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for a Redbird winner. A complete game shutout for Waka, striking out 8, walking 1, and giving the Mets only 3 hits.
Yeah, again, our Central Bank of St. Louis replay, your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And it wasn't just last night that Michael Waka has been great. He's got 4 consecutive victories, as he's only given up a total of 3 runs in those 4 victories. And Michael Waka, who picked up his 7th victory of the season last night, 7-3 on the season. Hey, you can follow Cardinals baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat mobile app. You can stay connected to the game's best players all season long with game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. When we return on the Amarin pregame show, we'll check in on a couple of Cardinals news as a couple of injured players make their way back to the Cardinals team. And we'll also have our Monsanto Farm Report as we check in a couple of bombs for the Springfield Cardinals last night. So we'll get to all of that next on the Amarin pregame show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. We have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
Hey, what are we doing for your birthday party this summer? Well, I was hoping to have a cookout like last summer. What? Don't you remember all those mosquito bites we got last year?
Good news, girls. Not only is Prairie View taking care of everyone's dandelions, now I'm going to take care of all their mosquitoes, too.
Yay!
Enjoy a bug-free summer. For all your mosquito control needs, call Lindy at Prairie View Landscaping and Turf Management at 355-9422. That's 355-9422 for mosquito control from Prairie View Landscaping.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
Hanson's Auto Repair in Urbana is a family-owned and operated full-service garage. For over 40 years, they've offered friendly atmosphere, quality work, and reasonable prices. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, or engine replacement, Hanson's Auto does it all. They're a locally owned dealer who cares, providing fast, comprehensive, and expert service. Family-owned, operated, and trusted since 1966. Hanson's Auto Repair, 1202 East Washington in Urbana. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Visit them online at hansonsautorepair.com.
Welcome back into Cardinals Nation. Alex Ferrario with you on the Cardinals Radio Network as we get set for Game 3 between the Redbirds and the Mets tonight. The big Cardinals news of the day is the rehab stint beginning for Cardinals outfielder Randall Grichuk. He was placed on the DL last Friday, but really it was July 10th during the All-Star break. What the team was calling a lower back strain that he apparently suffered over the All-Star break. So the good news is Randall Grichuk is with the Springfield Cardinals tonight. First pitch is at 6:30 for the Springfield Cardinals, and Grichuk will be playing left field and batting second. Let's hear a little from Randall before his first rehab game.
Yeah, it's been frustrating. Obviously, I hadn't been able to do too much. One of those things that you got to let calm down and kind of get under control before you start doing baseball activities. But luckily, I'm able to play in the game tonight and see how it feels and kind of go from there.
How long has it been with you? Is it something that's lingered for months, years?
I've kind of had this kind of sneak up on me from time to time over the past few years, but luckily it just kind of started roughly 10 days ago now, so hadn't been too long this time. We got it under control pretty quick, and hopefully playing today it doesn't flare up and put it behind me.
What's kind of the plan going forward?
Yeah, the plan's to play 9 today and kind of see how it feels and kind of go from there. I don't think I'm going to travel with the team. As cool as it would be to be able to go back to Little Rock, where I played 2013. I'm going to head back to St. Louis and see how it feels and get checked up and, make sure, there's nothing wrong, and doesn't look bad after playing game activity.
There you go, Randall Gritchick chatting with the reporters in Springfield. So we'll keep a close eye on what Randall does for the Springfield Cardinals tonight. The other big news is Alex Reyes, who had Tommy John surgery in the offseason. Well, according to his Instagram account, this afternoon he has begun his throwing program towards returning for the Cardinals. Still a long road ahead for Reyes, but good to see him out throwing for the Cardinals this afternoon. All right, let's check in on our Monsanto Farm Report. And speaking of the Springfield Cardinals, last night they had some fun.
The 1-1 pitch is pulled left side deep off the bat of Garcia, ranging back. This ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Anthony Garcia. Just clearing the fence in left center. Garcia's 15th home run. Marte with a kick, and it is belted deep to left by Caldwell. Back in the gap at the wall. That ball is gone. Bruce Caldwell with a 2-run home run. And the Cardinals up to 84 home runs on the year. Here's a fly ball, deep left field. Wilson putting a charge into it, and it's gone. Jacob Wilson with a solo home run. Right on cue, his 11th of the year, and it's 8-3 Cardinals.
Yeah, so the Springfield Cardinals scored 8 runs in their victory.
Escalera batting .260 on the year, 4 homers, 39 runs batted in the right-handed batter's box. And here's strike 3, fired in by Sandy Alcantara. 1, 2, 3. All 3 were strikes, and Alfredo Escalera is back in the dugout.
And Alcantara picked up his 5th victory of the season, so the Springfield Cardinals are in first place in the Texas League North Division, and they're on a 6-game win streak. Now, the Memphis Redbirds last night.
The pitch. Line drive center field. That's going to get in for a base hit. Gonzalez will score from third. Stopping at third is Ravelo. And it's 1-0 Memphis.
Nick Martini with the only RBI in the game as Memphis lost 4-1. The Memphis Redbirds snapped that 7-game winning streak, but they still have won 15 of their last 18 games, sit at 61-34 on the season. Again, our Monsanto Farm Report, proud supporter of America's farmers. When we return, we open up the reporter's notebook and we welcome in Post-Dispatch columnist Ben Fredrickson to talk about this NL Central race for the Cardinals, Cubs, Brewers, and Pirates. We'll talk about this outstanding rotation for the Cardinals as of late. That's next on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Grant's Farm has been a St. Louis tradition for over 60 years, and this season the tradition continues. Animal shows, tram rides, and the Budweiser Clydesdales are Grant's Farm favorites. Now, experience the Clydesdales behind the scenes or a private expedition through the Deer Park. It's all at Grant's Farm. And this summer, we're open late every Friday with local food trucks and live music. Grant's Farm, creating memorable family experiences since 1954.
What do you look for in a tire? Confidence? Performance? You'll find all these things and more in the Mastercraft Corsair AXT tire. It has a 5-rib design for superior on-road performance and handling. The Corsair AXT offers aggressive off-road capabilities and all-season performance. The Mastercraft AXT offers the impressive qualities you have come to expect from Mastercraft tires, and all at a price that will meet your budget. Mastercraft tires, master the road.
Visit Tires Plus today.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know that quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
Oh, hey, hi, hello there. It's me, your air conditioner. You can call me AC if you want, but Mr. Conditioner is my dad's name. Okay, listen, you may have noticed that I'm using a lot of energy right now, and that's why you need to call an expert. Yep, the experts can give me a precision tune-up, so you'll save up to 30% on energy bills, and I won't have to work so hard, which is great because I'm about to pass out.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save $41 off an AC precision tune-up. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS. Champagne. You can fly Willard Airport. You can fly Champagne. You can fly. Our airport is your doorway to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings. You've got business to do. People
Drive to Hoopeston for the best deals. At the Ford store on Route 1, get up to $55.50 off America's favorite Ford F-150. If you think that's a good deal, how about the family hauling Ford Expedition for up to $7,500 off? Over at Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 9, it's summer clearance deals like 20% off select Jeep Patriots, up to $4,500 total cash off Jeep Cherokees, and up to $6,250 off Ram trucks. These are just a few of the hot deals in Hoopeston. Come in today or visit them online, FordofHoopeston.com and HoopestonChrysler.com.
Alex Ferrario back with you on the Cardinals Radio Network as we open up the Reporter's Notebook and welcome in Ben Fredrickson of the Post-Dispatch. And Ben, it's the line from the movie Godfather, Al Pacino saying, "Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in." And that really describes what this Cardinal season has been like, hasn't it, after taking 2 so far against the Mets?
Yeah, and I think the main team to worry about would be the Cubs. I mean, I don't know that anybody expects the Brewers to be able to maintain this, and if they end up winning the division, then we'll all have to eat crow because we've been predicting their demise for so long now. But if you check out the Cubs, they've one of a few teams in baseball who haven't lost since that All-Star break. They're pretty jazzed up now after adding Jose Quintana. I think he's been a kind of a refresh button addition for them, and they've reeled off 5-6 straight wins, and they just beat Atlanta again today, so they got 6 straight. Headed into their series against the Cardinals this weekend, and they're off tomorrow, so they'll be well rested.
Ben, Michael Wacha throws a complete game last night, and when you look at this rotation, you have Adam Wainwright, who's been rolling his last couple of outings, Michael Wacha showing 2013 stuff. For how inconsistent other areas have been on this team, this rotation is something that can keep the team in the race.
Yeah, the pitching has been the strength, and of the best teams, pitching is the strength, so that's probably the most positive thing about this team. As the season has gone on, I think the defense has improved. Certainly, Paul DeJong has played well at shortstop, and he's been more of a defensive plus than Aledmus Diaz. The outfield defense continues to be a mystery on some nights, but it's gotten better certainly since Tommy Pham has stepped in, and I think Sierra, when he's in there, it's certainly a fun outfield to watch. So you can see it, and I don't know that the clouds above the Cardinals are as dark as they were before those 15 games before the All-Star break, because they've come back and they've won more games than they've lost since then. But you still don't know that you feel like your mind's made up one way or the other. Now, if they would have handled their business against Pittsburgh, then we're probably in a much more positive spot. But they didn't, and that's kind of been the MO on this team is they can show flashes of something that makes you think, hey, these guys might be able to do something here, and then the bottom falls out, and they got to pick things up and go again. And that's not a team that you say, look, let's make a huge trade and get these guys a piece that they can go into the postseason with. It's a team that you say, man, it never really clicked, and let's get what we can for the guys that we have, and let's keep going out there and trying to give it a shot, but let's not sacrifice 2018 for this group because they haven't shown that they're one piece away.
Finally, when you talk about this team, Ben, it's kind of like purgatory right now. You lose a series against the Pirates that they're an underperforming team in the NL Central, and then you go win 2 straight games against the Mets while the Cubs begin to heat up.
Purgatory is a perfect way to explain it. It's good to be the Diamondbacks where you know you're all in.
Right.
And you're going to go get J.D. Martinez, and you're going to give prospects up for it because this is your year. And if it's not, then people are probably going to be moving on anyway. And it's good to be the White Sox, man, where you say, look, everybody's for sale. Come give us your prospects and have whoever you want. That's why teams that have clear visions and clear standing know what they are at the deadline. They're the ones who benefit one way or the other. The Cardinals are one of those teams that's kind of lumped in the middle. They're not sure what they are. And nothing this season has told them yes or no. What we know right now, looking at them, is that they're not a contender. What we know by the standings is that they might not have to have the record of a contender right now to end up there.
Yeah.
The Cardinals have never been a team that say, well, we're not mathematically eliminated, but we're gonna shut down shop on this season. And maybe that's what they should do. And I think some fans are going, man, I wish this team would just go on a losing streak so they can sell because we don't think they have it in them.
Right.
And I understand that way of thinking, but that's not how the organization is ever going to view it. They're too competitive. Getting to the postseason means too much to them. They've seen what happens when a team squeaks in and everything changes. I mean, they're not going to unless the standings tell them they need to sell. They're not just gonna go full out fire sale and do a rebuild. It's not in them, and it never has been. But until they have a clearer sense of where they are, and there might be a chance that they go through the deadline not knowing that.
Yeah.
So probably a better chance to end up standing more pat than doing something huge and something that will be remembered as the day everything turned around for better or for worse. I think they're probably more likely to look at, well, here's where we are. We don't have a clear vision, but let's roll with what we have and keep trying to find a way to get there. By selling off maybe what we can to know that we help us next season, but maybe still looking at a way to get better next year. I think they're looking at more long-term moves right now as opposed to one thing that will hinge on this season. Could the standings maybe dictate that? Perhaps, but the time for it is running out.
Right. This deadline is going to be more and more entertaining. Ben, thank you so much, man. When we return on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Matt's in a nice place where he's hitting the ball hard and he's being rewarded for it. We've seen so many times this year where Matt squares it up and it's right at somebody, which I think has really made maybe his average a little bit deceptive. He's hit better and higher than his average.
Managers Chat with John Rooney next on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Scotty here reminding Cardinal fans about the annual St. Clair County Transit District's Day at the Ballpark on Saturday, July 29th, featuring our Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ticket packages still remain and include a game ticket, a pregame lunch buffet at the Ballpark Hilton, and transportation to and from the games on the Redbird Express. All for the price of $26 per ticket. Wow, what a wonderful value for family and friends. Get your tickets while they last. Call 618-628-8090 or go to scctd.org.
Hello, I'm John Rooney, your Homers for Health radio chairman. You don't want to miss the Homers for Health online auction July 10th through the 24th. Bid on amazing items like dinner with Matt Carpenter and Trevor Rosenthal, an inning in the broadcast booth with my buddy Mike Shannon and me, tickets to Hamilton and Chicago, Cardinals suites, autographed memorabilia, and more. Visit Glennon.org/H4H and start bidding now. Every bid makes a difference in the lives of Cardinal Glennon kids. Presented by Heartland Coca-Cola.
Hi, I'm Dan Moyson, owner of Simplified Computers in Champaign. For over 20 years, Simplified Computers has been helping local businesses and nonprofits with their computing and networking needs. We cover everything from servers, network security, cloud-based applications, wireless accessibility, computer support. In short, whatever technical issues your business runs into, we've seen it and we can help. Call us at 352-5000. That's 352-5000. Simplified Computers. Simply the best.
Get ready for some fireworks at Awesome Machines in Savoy. Come by today and check out our biggest Husqvarna sale ever. Zero-turn mowers, chainsaws, trimmers, blowers, and more. All Husqvarna items in stock are on summer clearance. Save hundreds, even thousands of dollars on Husqvarna zero-turn mowers. There are way too many items to list in 30 seconds, so give us a call or stop by today and find out how much you can save. Awesome Machines Sales and Rental, Route 45 Savoy, Route 36 Tuscola, and online at awesomemachines.net.
It was big, huger than huge.
Big would be an understatement. Wow, this is giant.
It's Rosati's Pizza's Big Deal Beginning of the Week sale. This Monday and Tuesday, the big, huge deal is coming your way. Score a 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for $17.10. Rosati's continues to celebrate their 10th anniversary with really large, big deals. A 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for only $17.10 at Rosati's Pizza. 701 South Gregory and online at myrosatis.com.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Alex Ferrario back with you on the Cardinals Radio Network, and now we head out to Citi Field and hand things off to John Rooney with tonight's Managers Chat, brought to you by Webster University.
Mike, how fun was it to watch the Michael Walker show last night?
Just real happy for Michael, and I don't think any of us appreciate or understand how much it means to them to be able to get that complete game when they walk out there. It's just part of a starter's mentality to finish what they started whenever they can. And he knew he had the stuff, he knew he had the run support, and then it was just a matter of him making pitches. But to me, what was most impressive, John, is how he got there. He didn't get there the conventional way with a just overpowering fastball and changeup. I mean, it was a cutter, it was curveball that really kind of set the tone for him early, and then his fastball and his changeup came late, which is usually that's the opposite of how he operates. But he and Yachty had a real nice feel of what was working, and guys made defensive plays behind him.
He had that nice, smooth delivery, though, from the first pitch to the last pitch, and the good downward plane, especially on his fastball, and his cutter looked good.
Downhill planes is key. There's no question about it. But that he didn't have that changeup early. It was sailing a little bit high, and that's such a weapon for him that it's in the back of everybody's mind. It's kind of almost like with Waino's curveball. Everybody knows it's there, and once it gets locked in, you're in for some trouble. But Michael did a nice job of having those secondary pitches. His cutter was terrific yesterday. He has 2 strikeouts in the first on curveballs, and then he gets 2 later with the cutter. But the fastball was there, and like you said, John, it was a rhythm that he had. He wasn't trying to overdo it with his legs. He was trusting his arm slot, and just the timing from the side. That's one of those days you just need to really put into a video archive for him to realize that's the timing that you're really looking like, what you really need to have to be efficient and effective with the fastball.
You needed that complete game last night, or pretty close to it, with the way the bullpen was set up, right?
Yeah, we had some young guys that were ready to go. I mean, we still haven't seen Brebbia or Tui since we got back from the break, but every one of these games we've either been right there with a lead or tied or just barely behind, and we have these certain guys that we're going to roll to in those situations. But we would have been covered, but we were 4 guys short yesterday, the typical guys that would come in and finish the end of a game. So, it was very big for Michael to go out and do what he did.
Matt Carpenter is driving the ball, and when he's on his game, Mike, he's hitting doubles, and he's a doubles machine right now.
Yeah, he's just, like you said, driving, and watch the ball go to left field, straight away left field like it did yesterday with a good defender in Cespedes back there. Matt's in a nice place where he's hitting the ball hard and he's being rewarded for it. We've seen so many times this year where Matt squares it up and it's right at somebody, which I think has really made maybe his average a little bit deceptive. He's hit better and higher than his average, but I think this game is really starting to understand the value of being on base and then slugging and then driving in runs and all those categories. Matt's been exceptional, and to me, the average isn't telling the whole story.
And even the innings where you're not scoring, Mike, you're putting some pressure on the pitcher by getting base runners.
Yeah, it's good to have the guys on base. You put a Pham on base and steals a base. You also get Jed Jerko.
That Jerko steal last night after the challenge, he's 6-0.
Yeah, terrific slide. I mean, very, very good. And he's always reminded me how much more athletic he is than I think he is. But we'll continue to give him opportunities when it makes sense. But he's got that baseball sense of when it's a good idea to go and what counts. And he's doing his homework too. He's understanding which counts. Maybe a guy's more likely to throw a breaking ball in the dirt. That might help his odds, or he's picking up a grip of the changeup out of the pitcher's hand before he even throws. I mean, those sort of things are little nuances that can help a guy that may not be a burner still be able to put pressure on the pitching staff and the defense.
Now, Mike Leake goes tonight. Your starting pitching has really been good going back to the last homestand, Mike, carrying into the All-Star break. But Leake walked 5 his last outing. I thought he had McCutchen out on strikes, but a close pitch didn't go his way. What happened to his game?
He actually threw a good game, and that one pitch really did probably add 20 onto his pitch count. And, at that point, we could have gone either way. His at-bat wasn't coming up, but we made a change anyhow. We're coming right off the break. We have a completely well-rested bullpen and an opportunity to go and let some other guys go about their business and help Mike out. But he had a much better start than what it looked like, and they just kind of mounted up on him after that ball forward to McCutchen, which once again, after I saw it again, I thought it was a very good pitch. That was one that would probably have been able to possibly leave him in for 2 more innings, but we needed to try and get some offense going, and we needed to let the bullpen work, and they kept us in the game. We just ended up losing that one at the tail end.
Good luck, Mike.
Thanks, John.
There you go, Managers Chat brought to you by Webster University. When we return, we'll talk more about Mike Leake's start tonight and the impact of Matt Carpenter in the leadoff spot. We'll chat with Kyle McClellan, former Cardinals pitcher, next on the Cardinals Radio Network.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a giant ear of corn.
Holy ethanol, Dan. That's Captain Cornelius. He's raising awareness for Missouri farmers.
He's also fueling our vehicles.
Really?
Field corn is transformed into a renewable super fuel that's homegrown and already in 10% of the gasoline. Yep, Captain Cornelius is...
Don't say it.
Amazing.
Help cheer on Captain Cornelius at Friday night home games. Brought to you by Missouri Corn Growers and Missouri Farmers Care. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Take on those big chores around your property with a Kubota B-Series 4-wheel drive tractor. It can handle everything from light construction and landscape work to chores around your hobby farm. With a variety of models and a host of performance-enhancing upgrades and attachments, the B-Series delivers efficiency, power, and comfort. Sievers Equipment and Kubota can help you take on all those big chores. Visit one of our 2 Sievers locations in Auburn, Illinois, or the newest location in Jerseyville. SieversEquipment.com.
Eat, shop, play. Explore Campus Town during 13 Thursdays with the Champaign Center Partnership. Take advantage of great deals like $10 off a $50 purchase and $20 off $80 purchase at Apricot Lane. Get a free water with every sandwich purchased at Einstein Brothers Bagels. $8.99 short sleeve t-shirts from the select section at the Illini Shop. Murphy's has half price appetizers from 2 to 8 p.m. Latte Bubble Lounge has 20% off house milk tea. AZIT Pizza gives you a free cookie and a 24-ounce fountain soda with any pizza purchase. And get an entree and a drink from Qdoba for just $7.99. 13 Thursdays proudly sponsored by the Champaign Center Partnership. More details at ChampaignCenter.com.
Champaign County Head Start, a program of the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission, has openings for qualified teachers, teachers' aides, preschool teachers, substitute teachers, and bus drivers. Head Start provides a variety of opportunities for those wanting to get started in the childcare preschool field at locations in Champaign, Urbana, Savoy, and Rantoul, along with competitive benefits, health insurance, tuition reimbursement, and a great work environment. For more information, visit our website at ccrpc.org.
Summerbration. Summerbration. It's a funny word that combines summer and celebration into one, and it's a key component of the Honda Summerbration sales event. But it's not limited to nor exclusive to it. For example, feel free to say, I'm summerbrating my friend's birthday with a picnic in the park, or sweet jacuzzi, let's all suit up and summerbrate together. So, while we meet certain well-qualified buyers can say, I got 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event on a 2017 Honda Accord from KBB.com's best value brand. Please, feel free to use Summerbration as you see fit. Liberally. All summer long. There's a Summerbration happening at your Honda dealer. So hurry in today.
Visit your local Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
Based on 2017 Brand Image Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for information. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. See dealer for financing details.
Alex Ferrario with you. We welcome in former Cardinals pitcher Kyle McClellan to the Cardinals Radio Network for tonight's game plan. And Kyle, going back to last night, how much fun was it watching Michael Wacha?
Yeah, he was a lot of fun. He was outstanding last night. Really, the thing I picked up on that is after the game, Mike Matheny said, this is the Michael Wacha when he's healthy. So it leads you to believe that maybe that spurt there, he wasn't quite healthy. He was dealing with something that didn't disclose, fighting through it, which is why the Cardinals stuck with him and are reaping the benefits from that right now. A lot of people, including myself, saying, hey, they got to make a change. He's not going deep in the game. But this is where the manager always knows what's going on. He knows his players. He knows what they're going through, and he was able to get through that. And really the last month or so, even more, he has been so good.
How beneficial was that 11-day break for him?
Oh, I think, look, it's always, I think the Cardinals are smart in giving him, they skipped him earlier in the year, giving him an extended break, and then do this. A guy that has shoulder fatigue issues that you've seen in the past, let's try to give him the breaks as much as we can before it gets too late. I never understand the whole, hey, it's September, we're going to skip the start. The damage is already done. So let's just kind of make sure we give him the time he needs and go from there. But I think it could be, a big reason that he could pitch deep into the season this year for really the first time in his career where he's able to come up and continue to pitch all year because they're giving him these breaks here and there, which have been a big help so far.
And Kyle, with a chance to pick up their third consecutive victory and win the series against the New York Mets tonight, it really sets up a big confidence booster for the team, doesn't it? Because when you look ahead and you're going into a series to take on the Cubs, and then you play Colorado, Arizona, and Milwaukee all within the next series, you look at this series and say, boy, this one sets up big for the rest of the way for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and they got to take care of business against a team like the Mets, who isn't playing very well. These are teams you have to beat. You have to go in there and take care of it, get your wins, and then get ready for these next few series. This is a tough stretch they're going to be in. Certainly gains momentum coming out of the break, okay? We're coming out of the break. We're only 5 games out, 6 games out. Now, as they sit, they're only 3.5 out. We're starting to gain momentum. We still have a lot of time left in the season. We got the trade deadline. What's the front office going to do? There's a lot of excitement right now building if you can continue to stay within striking distance and get performances like you got last night out of Michael Walker. It certainly keeps you optimistic.
Matt Carpenter had an RBI double last night, and while he has played hit in the leadoff position for the Cardinals, it's 126 at-bats. He's batting .317. I mean, he has been crucial to the Cardinals' success since he's moved to that leadoff spot.
Yeah, he has. You got to keep him going. He's got to hit. Dexter Fowler's got to hit. Stephen Piscotty's got to hit. Those are guys offensively that you have to rely on. Tommy Pham has been playing out of his mind. You can't expect him to hit .320 the whole year. You need your other guys to step up and be performers. And with Matt Carpenter on the leadoff spot, he has certainly done that and delivered. With him, too, you got to think it's been so tough on him. It has to be with him moving positions. He's playing second one night and third over here and then first. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play center field by the time the season's over at some point. But, he's just so willing to move and is so versatile. He can do a lot of different things. You got to wonder if that messed with him at the plate at all. And jumping from the second spot to the first spot, a lot of things, he has not really been set in stone anywhere, offensively or defensively this year, and still now that he's gotten the leadoff position, really been able to put up some solid numbers.
Kyle, thank you so much for the time. We will chat with you tomorrow. When we return, Mike Claiborne talks with Mike Schilt next on the Cardinals Radio Network.
At Welk Resorts, they offer the ultimate San Diego, Palm Springs, Cabo San Lucas, Lake Tahoe, and Branson vacation experiences with spacious villa-style vacation rentals and premier vacation ownership opportunities. Interval International, a major worldwide vacation exchange organization, has honored Welk Resorts with premier status. Stop by one of their marketing booths located inside the stadium today to secure your discounted getaway package. Welk Resorts.
Hey Cardinal fans, Ozzie Smith here for Ameren, Illinois. Playing catch and wiffle ball are family traditions, but whether you're in the backyard or in your neighborhood, it's important to avoid electrical equipment. If a ball goes into a substation, leave it alone and call Ameren, Illinois. And always stay clear of the big green transformer boxes and any equipment marked with high voltage signs. A safety reminder from your friends at Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Hi, I'm Dan Moyson, owner of Simplified Computers. Whenever we get sick, we see the doctor. So what do you do when your computer is under the weather? Malware, spyware, viruses, whatever the ailment, Simplified Computers has seen it. For over 20 years, we've been fixing issues others can't. For both residential and commercial customers in the Champaign-Urbana area, call Simplified Computers at 352-5000. That's 352-5000. Simplified Computers, simply the best.
Okay, your By Meat Sales Room theme song, take one. The Meat Boat. Soon we'll be grilling another steak. I'm pretty sure that's already been done before. Take two. I'll eat meat with you. I'll eat burgers and brats. And again, already been done before. Take three. Meat, 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 meat. Meat, 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 meat. The Your By Meat Sales Room on Maryland and Urbana. They may not have clever theme songs, but they do have the best meat in town.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
A lot of roles for the new Cardinals third base coach Mike Schilt, and one of those being coaching the guys on base running. And you heard John Rooney talk with Mike Matheny of Jed Jerko and Tommy Pham, both stealing bases for the Cardinals last night. Well, Mike Claiborne checks in on the base running skills and more with third base coach for the Cardinals, Mike Schilt.
You work with these guys in base running. If we have a guy that's not doing what's needed and what you expect of him, when do you have that conversation?
It's a great question, and really there's a multitude of answers to it. Depends on the player. You know, if a guy that's, and no one's above it, you know, we have a conversation with every guy about it. The one thing I was very impressed with, of many things with Yachty in particular, as trying to get your footing into being a coach at this level, and I just talked to him a little bit early on about what that looked like from his standpoint. He said, hey, I do something that's not right. I need to be told. Yeah. And I think it spoke volumes for him. Maybe not everybody feels that way. And you know, again, some guys can self-correct. So they don't need to hear it. They don't need me beating them up to say, hey, because they know, and they know I know. So it's no sense in but there's certain, early in the year, I was again a little hesitant, only because, as Mr. Kissel would say, you don't want to come in and start rearranging the furniture. Now, granted, maybe the furniture needed rearranging in some cases. I mean, that's up for debate. So maybe my timing could have been a little more aggressive, but really just want to take a kind of an inventory of where we were, how guys were reacting, and not be knee-jerk about what was being seen. And so as time has gone by, you're more aware of, okay, this is really taking place, this is how it looks, and then as far as the timing goes, sometimes in a game, whether you need to make an adjustment with a guy in a particular game based on a pitcher, catcher, outfield, whatever the situation may be, typically it's going to be done later, and it's going to be ultimately done in the best time where the player can appreciate it and then grasp it and use it.
For you as a coach, what do you want to try and do more of and less of now that we're in the second portion of the season?
I think more of is, you know, just continue to be a pulse with where the players are and continue to help them understand what needs to take place situationally, proactively, and then less of that as it goes. So I think ultimately our job as a coach and the player's job, and we've talked about this a little bit more, is the ownership of what they do and how they do it in a proactive sense. We've been fairly reactive over the course of especially the first quarter of the season. And we've gotten better at it, you know, here towards the last half of the first half. But, you know, it's continuing to say, okay, this is what this looks like. Communicate proactively.
It's Mike Claiborne with Mike Schilt. Back after this on the Cardinals Radio Network.
You're at the ballpark every day, crouching down, catching heat, all but invisible. Your job lacks fame and glory, but offers plenty of distracting aches and pains. That's the life of a bullpen catcher. You can't afford to lose focus. Neither can your team. So be prepared with ACE braces, supports, and elastic bandages. And don't be distracted by pain. ACE brand products available at Walgreens.
Take on all kinds of jobs around your property with a Kubota BX70 Series subcompact tractor. They're easy to drive and work smoothly even in tight places. Plus, you can add a loader, backhoe, drive-over mower deck, and more. The Kubota BX is compact and gentle on turf, but has the power and versatility to handle a wide range of garden and yard chores. It's a must-have for any property owner. Visit one of our 2 Sievers locations in Auburn, Illinois, or the newest location in Jerseyville, SieversEquipment.com.
There's never been a better time to stop smoking and switch to vaping. To save money you're spending on cigarettes. To experience new flavors, new selection, and new savings. There's never been a better time to stop in and see the difference at Vapors E-Cigs, LLC. Vapors E-Cigs has the most knowledgeable and caring staff, inviting atmosphere along with the best prices on juice and hardware. They also have an amazing reward system to help you earn savings along the way, including discounts on juices, coils, and even 70% off a kit. Now's definitely the time to stop by Vapors E-Cigs LLC.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors Nursery is the area's largest seller of plants, mulch, and landscape rock, and right now we're having our biggest sale of the year. All spring annuals are 50% off. 4-inch coleus, petunia, and geraniums are just $1, and all perennials are 10% off. Maples, oaks, and tree service berries are 20% off. While others are clearing the shelves, we're restocking daily with more beautiful plants. And now they're all on sale and the best prices of the year. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery. We're in Urbana on Windsor Road. You can find out more information and directions at countryarbors.com.
On the first day of Christmas. All right, I'll save you the pain of listening to me sing the entire song, but it really is Christmas in July at Rosati's Pizza in Urbana. Now through the end of the month, buy $40 in gift certificates and receive a $10 certificate for free. Rosati's is known for their famous pizza, but they have a full menu of wings, salad, pastas, sandwiches, and more. And it's Christmas in July. Buy $40 in gift certificates and receive a $10 certificate for free. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or call 328-2334.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
For Cards fans, a trip to Busch Stadium is a rite of passage. And now you can make the historic Anheuser-Busch Brewery part of your game day tradition. Go behind the scenes at the brew house. Experience our exclusive beer school. Meet the world-famous Clydesdales. Or just enjoy one of our renowned beers in the beer garden. So before you head to the ballpark, stop by the brewery. Learn more now at BudweiserTours.com. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, Mike Shannon here. How would you like to cheer for the Cardinals this summer? Goodwill would like to help you with that by offering you half-price tickets. That's right, half-price tickets. All you have to do is donate to your local Goodwill, and you'll receive a voucher for half-price tickets. That's a win-win for you and my friends at Goodwill. Find your local Goodwill at mersgoodwill.org. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Some restrictions apply.
The best sweet spot in baseball is under the Prairie Farms awning at Busch Stadium. Before the pitcher takes the mound, stop by Ice Cream Sundays for a free ice cream or frozen treat along with fun family activities. Enjoy the same fresh, locally produced Prairie Farms ice cream that you've come to know and love with new indulgent flavors including black raspberry chocolate chip and chocolate peanut butter swirl in new family-friendly 56-ounce packaging. Dedicated farmers, happy cows, real milk, Prairie Farms.
Hey Cardinal fans, now is a great time to get a quote for auto insurance through AAA. Our competitive rates could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Switch your homeowners too, and you could save even more. AAA Insurance. So easy, so smart, so switch. For your free quote, call 855-QUOTE-AAA. Visit your local AAA branch or go to AAA.com. That's 855-QUOTE-AAA. Some restrictions apply. You must qualify for any discount. AAA Insurance is provided to qualified AAA members by affiliate AAA insurers.